coin. If I'm doing the intro, that means Brian Cartwright is out for the week. This is also Tegan Somerset. Hello, I'm joined by Rocky.
Hey, it's me. Long live Brian Cartwright.
Yeah, we live in different parts of the United States of America, unfortunately. And Brian is just taking it easy this week, which is his right as an adult. Mm-hmm. We believe in vacation on this podcast.
And rest. Rest if you're tired.
Rest if you're tired! That's the most important part. But unfortunately, video games never rest. And so, someone has to record the podcast.
I mean, yeah.
And it's us. How have you been?
Duty. I'm alright. I've been playing stuff. And I just came off of EVO weekend. EVO was sick.
EVO is, for people who don't know and may be new to the podcast, EVO is a fighting game tournament, right?
Yeah, it's the biggest one in the nation, or arguably the world. People come from all over the world to hang out in Vegas for a weekend and play the highest tier of fighting games that are available. This year, 63 countries were represented. There were over, I think, 6,000 competitors. And it was a really cool time. And it was a big deal because it's the first time it's been in person, like pre-COVID, or post-COVID, rather. Or not post-COVID, but, you know, after the introduction of COVID to our lives. And also, there was a significant shakeup in leadership. Because EVO had been bought by a company named Endeavor that was financed by Sony. So there's a lot of big Sony vibes on this one. And the top guy that used to run the tournament, Mr. Wizard, was ousted from his position after being revealed to be a pedophile.
Oh.
Yeah, and pursuing a relationship with a young underage man.
Oh.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
But, you know, Rick Tejado took over, and he has been doing fighting game tournaments forever, and it's been in really good hands. It seemed like a very well-run tournament, and there was a lot of really cool stuff.
Very exciting. What was the best part? Your top thing from EVO.
My favorite thing from EVO was that there are so many games that whose online versions are getting like rollback netcode, which is really important because there's, to not get too far into the weeds, there's two basic ideas. There's delay-based netcode and rollback netcode. Delay-based netcode basically slows down the entire game to wait for inputs to show up. And it's not a lot. Like, it's less than, like, people can normally see, which is, like, 8 frames. Mm-hmm. But the thing is that because it's delayed that way, your buttons feel a lot less immediate, and worse if your opponent has, like, you or your opponent has, like, a rougher connection. It shows on the other side very heavily because, like, the inputs don't go to a server and then come back to you. You're directly connected to your opponent. While rollback netcode kind of uses like a bit of AI to like sort of predict the type of things that your characters would do in any given situation so that you can react to them specifically. And if it guesses wrong, then it basically changes those for you so that it reflects with the actual input. So like the game itself is kind of running a simulation about 8 frames in the future. And if it guesses wrong, then it'll show you the correct input. But, like, that way, there's always something consistent happening on screen. So, like, the immediate nature of fighting games where you're reacting to your opponent's reactions feels more continuous. And there were a good number of games that have been missing it that got announced that either it was coming or that it was available now. Persona 4 Ultimax, which is the remake of the Persona 4 fighting game, got its announcement very early into EVO, and so did Samurai Showdown. There's a couple other games that are a bit smaller that I won't name here, but the big one, which is one that a lot of people have been waiting for, which is Dragon Ball Z Fighters, which is arguably one of the biggest fighting games in the world, that just hasn't had rollback up until this time. And like now that it's coming back, there have been big players that are going to come back to the game specifically. Goichi, who is like a huge defensive mastermind who plays the game, and Sonic Fox, who is still very active in the community but stopped playing Dragon Ball Z Fighters because he couldn't find consistent training partners locally, and he couldn't rely on the online experience to positively impact his practice. So I'm really glad that these rollback announcements were made over the course of the weekend, because it shows that fighting games are interested in embracing like good and working technology, but also that it'll create a environment for a lot more people to get into online play, which will make it easier and more accessible for more people to pick up fighting games.
Assuming that you have access to reliable internet to be able to play online.
True enough, yeah. Otherwise, support your locals. Support your locals.
You should still support your locals, but also, like, there is still a plague, so. Online when you can.
Yeah. But yeah, like, outside of that, like, the actual, like, game stuff has been really cool. Like, there was, in Tekken 7, there are some dominant performances from a couple Pakistani players. Khan and Arslan Ash, who was the unified EVO champion, because they do EVO and then EVO Japan. And he won Tekken 7 at both of those in, like, 2019. He was the first one to do it. And this year he didn't win. Ni, who's a South Korean favorite, who's done consistently well over the past, like, I don't know, 9 years of fucking Tekken 7, but has never won an EVO, got his chance this time. Arslan Ash and Khan took second and third, respectively.
Jeez.
But, like, it's really nuts to me that, like, I would have, like, if I could go back in time and talk to, like, 15, even 20-year-old Rocky and just tell him, hey, so it turns out some of the best people in the world that play Tekken are from Pakistan. They are really into it, and they're very, very good. I would have never believed him, you know? And, like, it's really cool to see, like, that kind of, like, national representation. I still want to see a Brazilian player take EVO at some point, because Brazil has a very lively Tekken environment, to the point where, like, even the pros, like, Arslan Ash and, like, a lot of Japanese hopefuls like Ni and John Ding will travel to Brazil and play in their tournament to, like, pick up tech and, like, learn what's going on. But, like, usually Brazilians don't tend to make it to EVO because of travel, because it's expensive. And, like, they'd have to get visas and all that shit. Like, a few years ago, I talked about how difficult it was for Arslan Ash to make it to EVO Japan after, like, his flight getting canceled. He has to wait a whole day to try to fly back in. And then, like, he barely gets there, like, an hour before the tournament. And he still walks in and wins. And, like, for every Arslan Ash that successfully makes it, there are easily dozens, if not hundreds, of other players that just don't make it, that just can't get there. And so I want to see more of these players from places that I don't know about play fighting games on these stages and show us shit that we haven't seen before. Also, Guilty Gear, which was the biggest tournament this year with about 2,000 or so entrants, announced a new character, well, not a new character, but a return of a fan favorite, Bridget, who's a character that's actually been the most requested character in Japan since the game has come out. And their arcade mode clarified the character to say that they are actually trans, that they are a trans person, as opposed to, you know, someone who was born male but, like, presents as a female. They just crossed the barrier and they said Bridget is trans, and that's it. And with that, and also Happy Chaos being a trans character, and Testament being being non-binary, it's really heartening to see that, like, Guilty Gear is really, like, putting their foot down and saying, you know, like, these people are people, these are their experiences, these are their lives, and, like, you know, either learn the matchup or get fucked, and that's cool. I really like that.
Right, we're including these people in our roster because these people are people who also exist in real life, and we're not trying to, like, sugarcoat it in any way or, like, appease TERFs or whatever.
Right, yeah, I'm sick of appeasing TERFs. I'm so done with that shit. Oh my god. And let me see. Oh, Skullgirls, which was an earlier tournament, and it's still pretty small, but it was hype. I had a good time watching it. One of the things I really like about Skullgirls is how adaptable it is to a particular playstyle. Technically, like, it is a team fighter, so like it's kind of like your Marvel vs. Capcoms and whatnot, where you can play like 3v3 or whatever, or your Million Arthurs if you didn't play Marvel vs. Capcom. And but the thing is that you can play duos. You can play 2 characters against the world, or you can just play 1 character against the world. And like, you don't get assists, which isn't great, but you get increased damage, you get increased health, and so like if this is the character that you want to take against the world, you can. And that's what Dude Guy MD decided to do, who played Beowulf, who's like a wolf cosplaying wrestling character, and he made it to top 8. I think he actually finished 7th, tied for 7th across a couple other people, but he made it to 7th out of like 200 some competitors at Skullgirls, and shout outs to him. Like, I love when people make like really hard character choices and find success with them.
It definitely makes it more interesting, I think, than like seeing the same people playing the same, like you see the same matchups all day instead.
Yeah,
like otherwise, so
fucking DBFZ where she's like, oh, I'm running these 3 Gokus today. I'm like, oh, word? For sure. I guess. The 100th
you
one I've seen
and
today.
19 other people.
And I mean, that's fine. Like, good players should win with their favorites, and if your favorite happens to be popular, like, good for you. I enjoy your merch or whatever, but like, I am absolutely here for people who take weird choices and take on the whole world. That shit's really cool to me, and I love to see people do it whenever I can. And then the last couple of things I'm going to talk about are Street Fighter related. Street Fighter announced a couple of characters that were previously leaked. Kimberly, who seems kind of like Ibuki. Like, she has like the kunai, she does ninja things. But she's a black girl with dreads in like full 90s streetwear, and that shit is cool as hell. I am looking forward to playing her. I don't think she's going to be my main based off what I know about the leaked characters, but I'm gonna fuck around with Kimberly. That's cool.
Okay.
And they announced that Jury, which is a returning character, is in the game, and her trailer, Teeks, is very much, we know what kind of person you are. Like, they, like, just so I can put this in the context for you, Teeks, Jury is a character, who is a tall, menacing woman. She fights with kicks, and she doesn't wear shoes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
You know what? Now I also know what kind of person you are.
What person I am? Oh my god. No.
Not you, but like, you know what I mean.
Yeah. But the trailer, the trailer like harped on that super hard. Like, she was doing, I don't know if she actually said "ara ara," but if you told me she did, I wouldn't argue with you. You know what I mean? Like, and she was she definitely like picked up a character at the end of a super with like the tip of her toes or whatever, and then kicked him in the face for the KO. It was some shit. They were really going for it, Teeks.
We've made some design choices that we think part of the community is really going to enjoy, and then didn't elaborate on what those design choices were. But we know. And like, yeah, they found some success with it. Like, I mean, like, in Street Fighter V, like, Cammy and Chun-Li got 15 costumes and sold out on all of them. Well, not sold out because it's impossible, but you know what I'm saying. Like, people were buying those costumes, and we all know why. And that brings me to my next point, which is IDOM's run at in top 8 of Street Fighter V. So he's a character. He's an American player. He plays Laura, who is also, you know, a favorite of like horny fighting game players. And Laura has like a very scary, oppressive offense. She doesn't have a lot of great defensive tools, but if she's running at you and she guesses right, she can keep hitting you forever. It's kind of scary. Oh, amazing.
And in that top 8 were a bunch of killers. OG Japanese killers. Like, fucking Daigo was in there. And, like, it was, like, one of Item's, like, I think it was Item's second match there. And, like, Daigo was there in losers. And Daigo, like, has plot armor this year. Like, I watched some fights where he's like, there's no good reason that Daigo should be alive here. But he wins the match. Because I guess it's calculated or whatever. I don't know. And
right.
Tokido, who's also returning champion. He's not playing Akuma anymore. He's playing Urien, which is arguably just as bad. And Idom basically ripped through these, like, veterans, and, like, he did, like, play, like, the straight up, like, bustier Lara, where, like, she showed the most amount of skin possible. I don't know if that affected these Japanese men, but it could have. If they told me they did, I would believe them. I wouldn't say that it was copium. I get it. But Idom made it to grand finals where he played upstart Kawano. And Kawano, like, he's a young guy. I don't think he's, like, 19 or anything, but I think he's, like, at best, early 20s. Mm-hmm. And he was playing Colleen, and it was a really clean, very defensive-focused game. And, they took it from grand finals to true grand finals, because Idom's coming up from losers. And so
what's the difference between grand finals and true grand finals? How are those different?
So grand finals, right, is the victor of the winner's final match and the winner from the loser's final match. And since the whole tournament is double elimination, you have to lose twice to be eliminated. The winner's final person is someone who has not lost a set in the entire tournament. So Kawano was coming in winner's finals. But Idom had lost previously in the tournament. He came in losers, and he fought his way all the way through all the losers, where he was the last person left. So, like, Kawano's, like, a record, theoretically, was, like, 22-0 up until that point, while Idom's was 21-1.
Gotcha. Okay.
So, like, if Idom wins that first match, right? Like, he wins the best of 3 or whatever, or best of 5, then their records, even though Idom won, is now even 22-1 even across, 22-1 across both of them. So,
gotcha.
If you're coming from losers final, you have to win 3 out of 5 twice to win the tournament. That's true grand finals.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. They ended up in true grand finals. Idom gets the reset, and then it goes to last round, and Kawano pulls it out. Like, he found the right mixture of defense and offense to slow down Idom. He started making him guess in ways that caused him to make mistakes. And that was the end of it. It was the end of Street Fighter V. New young champion. Idom's run is finished, but holy shit, that run was terrifying. It was really, really wild to watch. In fact, the videos are up. If you want to check those out on YouTube, I think I'll link them in the show doc for our patrons if they want to take a look at them.
God, that sounds like a nightmare.
Oh yeah,
it sounds like it'd be like, oh no.
Yeah, okay, because like, here's the thing. So Lara has like a lot of what we call 50-50s, where like if she picks one combo route versus another, they lead to a similar amount of damage. And so they're both equally terrifying. But, like, they start with, like, a simple guess, which is, usually like a rock, paper, scissors. Is it going to go high or are they going to go low? Is it going to be a grab? Is it going to be a strike? Is it going to be an aerial? Is it going to be, like, a sweep? Like, shit like that, essentially. And, like, if you guess wrong, she gets to keep doing her combo. And, like, Idom just, for, like, most of, like, that tournament, especially the top 8, he was just running through these people, making, like, 6 or 7 guesses correctly in a row, and like winning matches. And it was
that sounds horrifying.
It was messed up, Teeks. Like,
I would start accusing someone of having foresight, like,
Like, I can't wait. I really hope High Fight, who I've shown you before, who like does these kind of like slow down like recaps of like fighting game matches where like they'll show every single like decision or like move that's like happening in real time, like with like text on the screen. I really want to see High Fight break down like some of these Idom fights, especially the one against Tokido, because like some of those were just like brilliant. Like, it was just like, oh man. And like some of those shimmies, like a shimmy, for people who don't know, is like when you kind of move in and out of like your opponent's like attack range. So like at the end of like your combo or whatever, when it's ostensibly no longer your turn, like they can press a button, and if you're pressing something, they'll hit you. But if you like kind of poke in for a second and then back out, they've pressed the button, it was their turn, but they missed, and then you can hit their now extended hitbox and take a turn back. Like, there was a bunch of those from IDOM, and it was like, ugh. Like, I know that medium punch was supposed to hit, but he knew that was coming, and he just made him miss. And it was...
Oh, no.
Like,
oh my god, that sounds horrifying. I think I would quit playing video games, playing fighting games at that point. I'd be like, oh no!
I mean, sometimes you get shimmied. And like, but Tegan, it feels really good to shimmy somebody. It's so good. Oh man. There are a few better feelings, like, in the world. Especially someone that good. Like, someone as good as Tokido. Who's like, he's been playing Street Fighter since there was Street Fighter. Right? And like, at a world-class level. Like, he's been at like, EVO for like, 20 years or some shit. And like, I'm watching IDOM hitting like, shimmies on him with this shit, and it's like, oh my god. Like...
You're just like, I didn't think this was possible, and yet, it is being proven right now.
Yeah, here it is. The man's on a mission. Like, Jesus Christ. But yeah, Evo was sick. I wasn't gonna go. You know, I didn't want to be... Like, it's one of those things, I want to be there in person because it's fighting games and it's great. I didn't want to be there in person because of monkeypox and COVID. I don't know that it's going to change anytime soon. I think I'm going to, like, keep enjoying it from home and whatnot. But, like, God.
From home, though, here's the nice thing about these things being broadcast in a way that you can enjoy them from home, is that you get to eat your own food.
True.
Like, you get to use your own bathroom. Like...
I went to an Evo, like, I think 2016, 2017, I want to say. And, like, we were in Mandalay Bay. And, like, I remember there was, like, a Johnny Rockets and... Not Hebrew Nationals. What's the hot dog place? The one... It's, like, something Originals. Oh, my God.
Oh. I have no idea.
Check real quick. But Nathan's Famous. There we go. There was a Nathan's Famous and a Johnny Rockets in there. And, like, the Nathan's Famous charged me $8 for a hot dog. And I'm like...
$8 for a hot dog?
Yeah. And I was like, I'm starving, and this is bullshit, but I need to eat something, so I paid them the money. But I was upset.
No!
I mean, it was a pretty good hot dog. Like, I would have paid $3 for it on a good day, but, like, $8? What are you talking about?
$8 is a lot of money for a hot dog.
Yeah, and it was because, you know, it's Mandalay Bay. It's on the fucking strip. And, like, we were inside of Mandalay Bay, which is, like, one of the more expensive, like, hotels in the area. And they just ran us up. Like, I remember we went to get a burger, I think from, like, Gordon Ramsay's restaurant or something. And, like, well, I didn't get it because I found out how much it cost. It was a $25 burger.
Jeez.
And it's just like, I'm not paying for that. And, like, my man's like, I'm going to see what it was. And it's like, how do you feel, man? I feel like I shouldn't have paid for this. And, like, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, that tracks.
Oh, man. But, yeah, like, I would love to eat my own food at EVO. Like, honestly, if I ever go back to EVO, I'm not going to stay at Mandalay Bay. I'll walk there. I don't care. But I'm getting, like, I think I'm going to take, like, a whole, like, week or something. And just, like, spend it in, like, Vegas. But, like, I'm going to get, like, an extended stay place with, like, a kitchen. And just make all my own food.
Well, I mean, the good news about the next time that we go in person is, like, the Atari Hotel is going to be there. We're just going to stay at the Atari Hotel.
Oh, man. I got to talk to those goons. Got to make sure there's a kitchen in there. Because I want a kitchen. I do. Or, like, well, no, I'm not going to rent space. Whatever. It's fine. I'll figure it out.
Some of those, like, some hotel rooms come with kitchens in them. So, yeah I could see that.
I want to believe... Okay, Teague, so tell me, are we doing Digimon Survive, or we're going to touch something else first?
We should touch something else first, because I'm going to turn into a nightmare person for Digimon Survive.
For sure.
I understand my limits and my boundaries. Digimon is going to turn me into a monster, literally. We're going to do Pokemon first, which is not Digimon, but it is similar to Digimon.
Okay.
It's Digimon, but it's the complete opposite of Digimon. Anyway, Pokemon did a Pokemon Presents.
Okay.
On the 3rd of this month, which is a while ago at this point, but that's okay. Yeah. It's between recordings. Haha, you get to hear about it now.
Yeah.
They showed us the Paldea region, which looks cool, right?
Yes.
They showed us, like, some of the fundamental differences between, like, the beginning of Violet and the beginning of Scarlet. They confirmed that we're going to be able to ride around on the legendary Pokemon as though they were motorbikes. Unless you get Scarlet, in which case you will mount your Pokemon as though they were a motorbike, and then they will run on their legs.
Big silly. Holy shit. I'm still not over that. Oh my god.
It's the funniest thing to me. Like the Violet is just zoom like a nice little motorbike, and then the Scarlet one is just like ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum.
Yeah. Like, why are you running?
Right, why are you running? Exactly. You have wheel design included. Have dirt bike track, I guess. It's so funny. They introduced everyone's new favorite Pokemon, Fido. The Dog Pokemon. Oh, baby. He's so cute. Fundamental to human survival also because, according to its Pokedex entry, its breath contains active yeast.
Oh, God.
So you get yourself a Fido, and you can make bread, make yogurt, make beer, by having your dog go in your fucking barrel for 10 minutes, you know?
Oh my
like,
God.
Jesus Christ. What a great dog. They also showed off the new fucking evolution thing. What is it called? I forget. It was so dumb.
It's like crystal evolutions or something?
Yeah. What is it? Let me see what it's called. Oh, terrestrial forms, where like you basically turn your Pokemon into a crystal pony.
Yeah.
And they get like additional like little headdress sort of things, which like I'm not like a fan necessarily of like that. I think it looks kind of goofy.
Yeah.
But apparently your Pokemon may have a terrestrial type that is different from what its actual type is. And so if you terrestrialize a Pokemon and it terrestrializes as a different type than what it is, you lose the disadvantages of that type.
Right.
So, like, if I had a Water-type Pokemon and it terrestrializes us into a Grass-type Pokemon, my Water-type Pokemon is no longer, like, double vulnerable to electricity.
Right.
Which is great, but also, like, what the fuck?
I saw, like, an image early on. It was, like, a Shedinja. Like, you know, the one that has, like, attacks don't harm you unless they're super effective.
Yeah.
And then, like, it was, like, normal Ghost. And it was, like, crystallized Shedinja is normal Ghost now, and it's like, where is your god now?
Oh, God, how do I hit you?
Yeah. I think Dark still hits it, but it was still funny.
Yeah, that's fucking ridiculous. I can't wait. Everything about all the new Pokemon, like, characters look fun. Your two rivals are, like, a good buff boy, and a non-binary queen, which is great. The good buff boy definitely looks like a Boy Scout. The like femme character has like glasses and red and blue hair like Todoroki, essentially. But also she has Plusle and Minun patterns on her tights. And an Eevee book bag. Oh, it's so cute. They showed us some of the gym leaders. Very good. I don't know. It seems fun. They also talked about, like, a bunch of other stuff. I don't care about the other stuff, frankly. Do not give a shit. I don't care about Pokemon Unite. I don't care about, like, the new card game stuff. I don't care about any of that. I care about Pokemon Scarlet and Violet.
I feel that.
God, it looks goofy. I can't wait for this game. I already pre-ordered Pokemon Violet. It's gonna be dumb. But also, recently, before this came out, before the Pokemon Direct, or whatever, Pokemon Presents.
Yeah.
In the new anime, Ash's new companion has gotten an Eevee.
Okay.
And typically, Ash's companions only get an Eevee if we're getting a new evolution.
That's true.
Because otherwise they come with whatever the evolution is. But this is an EV that has not evolved yet. So that's the thought, is we're going to get a new evolution. And also that our new companions in Scarlet and Violet are going to have also the new evolutions. Mm-hmm. Which will be interesting.
Okay, so we're missing ground, we're missing fighting, we're missing dragon.
Flying, steel, ghost. Technically normal, bug, poison. Yeah. Like, there's a ton of different ways this EV could go, theoretically.
I'm very interested in a ghost EV. I think dragon EV would be cool, but I think it's like, it has to be really big to get a pop now. Same with fighting EV, personally. A steel EV could be interesting, but I'm not excited about it. I want to see a normal type EV that doesn't have, like, the narrative, like, EV was always perfect the way that it was. But, like, I mean, it's fine, but, like, I feel like it'd be, like, a little too cheesy. I don't think it'd, like, get a pop the way that it's supposed to.
Right, you want it to be something, like, cool sort of thing. I get it.
I want to feel something when I see the normal type EV, but, like, you know. I don't know what that looks like.
Right now, the only evolution that doesn't have a type advantage or disadvantage against the others around it is Sylveon.
Right.
So the thought is we're going to get something along those lines. Sylveon's a fairy type. So weak to poison, strong against dragon.
Right.
Also weak to steel. So, and with the like tech version, like theming around Pokemon Scarlet, Pokemon Violet, like a steel Eevee I think would fit. It would be more fun if we got two Eevees though, like a fighting Eevee and a steel Eevee. I think that would be neat.
True. I like a steel Eevee, but like the thing is about a poison Eevee is that I don't trust them to make it grimy enough.
Yeah, it'll be cute poison.
Right. Which could be cool, but like I kind of want a grimy Eevee.
I want a spooky Eevee. I want a ghost Eevee. Umbreon's cool, but Umbreon's, like, not scary, you know?
Yeah.
And, like, it doesn't have to be scary to be a ghost type, but, like, it would have to be, I think, sad. And so that's why I don't think they're not, like, necessarily gonna go that route. Yet. They should, but they won't. They're scared. That's okay.
Yeah. Okay. I'm probably going to be skipping Scarlet and Violet. I do want to say that.
That's fair. You can skip. One of us will cover it, and it'll be me, and I'll probably only cover it like partway through, and then I'll give up. Just like I did with fucking Sword and Shield.
Oh, jeez.
I didn't finish those.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I didn't.
I feel like the ending was underwhelming, and like the end game wasn't super great. Honestly,
I got like 5 badges in, and then I stopped.
No, like, yeah, like, the end of the story was, like, meh. But, like, the raid stuff was pretty cool. And, like, I did like how, the grind to get, like, the legendaries was, like, a bit more, like, cooperative. Because, like, I think, the most robust option that we've ever had is, like, in Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, where, like, you could straight up get all the legendaries from every, game on a single save. If you just, like, kept doing all the storms or whatever. And, like, they definitely escalated that idea by, like, adding, like, the raids to it. So, like, now you can just do that as a social activity, which is kind of what I wanted to do in the first place. But it's, I don't know. Outside of that experience, I don't know if I'm feeling like I have less time or if it just wasn't, like, that interesting. Because I don't know. Like, I feel like one of these days I'm just gonna, like, sit down and do the Pokemon Home thing and just move all the Pokemon from everywhere onto a single save and then kind of be done with it. And then I'll just do the stories whenever they come out. But this year I'm skipping Pokemon Scarlet and Violet so I can sit down and do Temtem for real.
That does make sense.
Yeah, like,
Temtem is definitely good.
It is good. Like, I think the writing is at a place that's, like, more connected with me as opposed to, like, you know, the next generation of 10-year-olds. And, the combat is, like, challenging enough that, like, it's not that I pick, like, one, like, monster and then just steamroll. And then if I want to try something, I can do something else. And, I do like the idea of, like, Nuzlocke and stuff, which is also why I gotta finish fucking Koromon, Jesus. But, I like that the game is tough, and that, the latest thing that we just got from Crema, it was just the studio that's making it, is we got a 1.0 trailer that like firmly outlines the end game. And so like they're expanding like the amount of like decorative items that you'll be able to use in like the house that you're able to buy. And there's like a whole bunch of like gauntlet like areas that include challenges with like your own personal Temtems, or like a build your own team from like the Temtems that are available. And they're not just like, you know, battle one after another. Like they include like dungeons with puzzles and stuff that are supposed to like change as like their season pass stuff like goes on. Well, it's not like a season pass, but like seasonal like updates and whatnot. So it seems like a living, breathing MMO with an end game that they're going to update over time. And like, I gotta see what that's like. Like, just for past me, for the one that wanted a Pokemon MMO 15 years ago, this seems like a real one, and I gotta see what that's actually like.
It really does. I hope it's everything. Like, so far, everything that we've seen in the, like, demo space has been good. Mm-hmm. So I'm hoping it stays that way, you know?
Like, I think this is definitely not them, like, trying to swing, because they've swung. Like, this game's been in early access the whole time, and, like, it's been worth the money I've paid them. But, like, this is them sticking the landing for Pokemon Endgame, which is a tricky thing. But, like, I think they can do it. I want to believe.
I also want to believe. I want to believe that somebody could make, like, a Pokemon game that could revolutionize what Pokemon is doing, you know? Build on what they've put down and just make it something fresh.
Yeah, and, like, that's I think that's the main thing. I think this game feels fresh.
Mm-hmm. It feels fresh without being straight up Pokemon.
Yeah, like it definitely feels like its own thing. It borrows some ideas. It innovates. It challenges like old like I guess design philosophies, and it very much feels like its own thing.
When it comes out, when it's like officially in 1.0 release, are you going to stream it? Do you think?
Yeah, I'm gonna. So like that's what I'm setting up for September. When it comes out, like, I'll just have it available on PC. Also, it's coming out on Switch for people who've been looking forward to it. Like, the Switch keys are finally going out for people who've, like, pre-ordered it. And, like, it'll be available on Switch at launch.
Ooh, that's exciting.
And I have to double-check, but, like, I'm 80% certain they've already confirmed crossplay. But I'm not sure. I'd have to check. But the trailer's also in the show doc for patrons if they want to peruse at their leisure.
If they want to peruse.
Okay, but Teagues, I think you got something else that's fresh for us.
Yeah, it's very fresh. Speaking of setting up for September. Splatoon 3 had a direct. Very excited. Oh my god. Lost my shit. I was at work. I was supposed to be in a meeting. And while I was physically at that meeting, mentally, I was in Splatoon.
For sure, fuck.
Oh my god. I'm so excited. It's gonna be so good.
Tell me about it. Yeah.
Am I crazy? So they showed us all the, like, neat stuff for, Splatoon 3. They showed us, like, Salmon Run's coming back. They showed us, like, the different battle options that we're gonna have. They showed us, like, the new town is called Splatsville.
Hell yeah.
Which is fun. It's a lot less, like, dystopian than I thought it was going to be. It feels more like Osaka, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, that
doesn't
makes
make sense.
Explain it for the viewers who don't get it.
It's got this very, like, modern country feel. Not modern country, like cutting edge technology, like, but modern boonies.
Alright.
And, like, Osaka, like, that's kind of the reputation they have in Japan, regardless of, like, the fact that, no, that's not actually how it is. It's just, like, a lot of modern architecture is built around, like, pre-existing architecture.
For
sure. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
And, like, it feels very good. I like it a lot. They announced a bunch of the like stages that are gonna be there, the new ones. They showed us the new like shops that are gonna be there. Oh god, they're so good. Ammo Knights is coming back. Obviously, that's where you get your guns. There's like so good. The new like shopkeepers are so good. There's a big buff lobster who sells hats. There's a cool little like anemone kind of girl. She sells you stuff for your locker. You have a locker now that you can decorate with stickers and with, like, gear and stuff.
That's all I've ever wanted, honestly.
That, like, your friends can see. If your friends are online, they'll show up as holograms in, like, the weapon, like, prep area. And if they're in a game, you can join to be, like, part of their lobby the next time they're, like, at a game and stuff.
That's amazing.
It's so good. Like, everything about this seems so fun. There's so many, like, little quality of life, like, improvements. I don't know. It just seems, it's good. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be so good. I'm so excited. We got to see, like, there's gonna be, you can order food again, and the food will give you, like, different buffs during, like, the matches and stuff. And then also, like, they showed off the new, like, super weapons and shit. Oh my god, it's just too good. There's too many good things. There's too many good things. Oh my god.
It's about to explode.
God, I'm gonna make frickin' lose it. I'm gonna splat. I'm gonna ink. It's too exciting. Oh god, it's gonna be so fun. I don't even know where to, like, start.
Okay.
For, like, the other stuff. There's like new games, new, like, guns that are coming. There's a whole new class of weapons that are, like, katanas, essentially, and they're made out of, like, windshield wiper blades.
I want to use them, but I feel like they're gonna be bad, you know?
I feel like they're gonna be busted. You know?
I'm interested. Like, I feel like they're gonna lack range in a way that, like, rollers don't. But they do look cool. I want to mess with them.
Yeah, that's fair. I could see you absolutely kicking ass with them, you know?
Hell yeah. All right.
I absolutely see it. They're called splatanas, by the way.
Yes, splatanas.
They're called splatanas. It's so dumb. I hate it. There's also the other, like, new class of weapon that they introduced is a stringer, and it's a fishing rod.
Okay.
That they turned into a bow.
Oh, right. That's right.
God, it's so good. Everything about this is terrible. I love it so much. I hate him so much. All the other main weapons from your previous games are coming back, you know, so we're getting, like, our regular stuff, you know. The rollers and the guns and the splooshers and the buckets and the whole thing, you know. Like, we're getting all that shit, so it's not gonna be too bad. They introduced, they said, like, your regular sub-weapons are coming back, so, like, splat bombs, curling bombs, burst bombs, suction bombs, like, all that stuff. There's also gonna be torpedoes and ink mines, like the other ones. There's a new sub-weapon called an angle shooter.
Okay.
It's an item that's gonna be thrown in a straight line, and it bounces off surfaces, leaving behind a trail.
Okay.
And both the projectile and the trail will damage enemies, and, like, tag them on contact, which will let you see them through opaque obstacles, like how the point sensor used to work.
Oh, okay.
So it's a throwable point sensor, essentially.
That makes sense. I was thinking it might have been more of, like, a movement extension tool, like, through, like, dangerous ink. But I guess
you can also use it that way, you know.
But point sensor seems like a more primary use. That makes sense.
Then they introduced some of the new special weapons, and also, like, returning ones, you know. The booyah, like, Goku bomb is gonna come back.
Hell yeah. Oh yeah, you can just...
Which is the best one, yeah.
It's fucking spirit bomb with ink.
Right. Your booyah bomb, your Tenta missiles, your ink jet and ink storm, your ultra stamp, and your splashdown, those are all coming back.
Hell yeah.
The new special weapons are the Trizooka, which makes like 3 blobs of ink that like shout out, which create a big blast, and it can be fired 3 times. A new killer whale is announced, which is like instead of just one big speaker, like World is Mine style, or no. What is it? I think it's Love is War, actually. Whatever. The, like, Miku song. You know what I'm talking about.
Right.
Instead of that, it's 6 mini floating speakers that fire lasers kind of like how the Stingray used to.
Ah, okay.
And then they also announced a very, very cute crab-shaped robot called a crab tank. It's so cute! You can alternate between rapid-fire shots or a strong cannon-like blast while you're using it.
Okay.
It's also, like, and it moves side to side. Like a little crab. Ba, 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 ba. They also announced, like, a thing called a Big Bubbler, which is, like, a deployable shield dome. On top of the dome is a generator that can be attacked to, like, shrink the dome itself, essentially.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it's going to be part of, from, like, what people were dissecting in the trailer, it looks like it's part of the Splat Roller set, so that'll be fun. There's also a grappling hook style special weapon called a Zip Caster, which you can use to grapple onto walls or other surfaces. Well, this is going to be a nightmare. This is going to be so good.
I kind of want to learn, oh man, I forget what it's actually called, but, like, sniper, but like with like a zip line. I think that's a loadout. I think that's real, but like
that could be really good. The Zipcaster from like the like weapons that were seen in the trailer, it looks like it's specifically currently tied to like Splash-O-Matic and Octobrush.
Ah, okay.
So it's going to be like a movement tool for them, essentially. Right. They did also show an ink vac, which is a vacuum-like weapon that allows players to absorb incoming fire, including sub-weapons, and then you blast the ink back as a counterattack.
That sounds cool.
That is part of a Splat Charger set, so that might be your sniper, like, alternative. And then they showed a Reef Slider, which is an inflatable shark that you, like, can ride up surfaces and then, like, Akira slide.
Yeah, I saw that.
And then it explodes. Oh my god, it's so funny. It's so goofy. I can't wait. I can't wait for that.
Let's go Splatoon.
God, it's gonna be so fun. Obviously there's gonna be tons of new gear, you know, shoes, coats, hats, the works. It's gonna be so fun. I can't fucking wait. I cannot wait. And then they announced like a bunch of returning stages and new stages, obviously. Returning stages for sure. We have the Museum del Alfonsino, Hammerhead Bridge, Mahi Mahi Resort, Inkblot Art Academy, Sturgeon Shipyard, Mako Mart, and Wahoo World.
Wahoo.
Wahoo! Woomy World. Which are like, Like, I'm okay with most of those. I like the museum stage, so that's fine. I'm not really a fan of Hammerhead Bridge. I like the Art Academy, so that'll be fun, you know, whatever. New stages they've announced for sure are Scorch Gorge, which kind of looks like Salt Spray Rig, but it's in like a desert wasteland area instead of the ocean.
Okay.
Eel Tail Alley, which is like an alley area in the middle of Splatsville, supposedly. There's like an upper layer and a lower layer. Undertow Spillway, which is like an underground flood bypass area that was abandoned before being used in Turf Wars now. A place called Mincemeat Metalworks, which is like a metalwork area. Like, the entire place is made out of scrap metal.
Okay.
And Hagglefish Market, which is a new, like, water set level that's like a local market. Like a farmer's market.
Okay.
We just get to interrupt the local farmer's market. It'll be fine.
Sounds like fun. Fucking Splatoon.
Yeah, it happens. But, like, it'll be fun. I'm very excited.
It's gonna be great.
It's gonna be so good. It's gonna be so good. And then, of course, we had to meet the new idols.
Yes, of course.
The new idols are so good. The band as a group is called Deep Cut. Mm-hmm. Deep Cut is a 3-person band. An Inkling, an Octoling, and a Manta Ray. The Manta Ray's name is Big Man. The Inkling's name is Fry, and the Octoling's name is Shiver. Oh my god, they're so good. They're so good. I love it so much. We're moving away. The tone of the Splatfest overall is moving away from traditional Japanese pop, if that makes sense. Callie and Mari were definitely Japanese pop, right? Pearl and Marina in Off the Hook, they were Japanese street music, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. Everything about Deep Cut feels like modern, traditional performance art. The entire Splatfest has the feeling of a Japanese summer Bonodori festival, with the way that the platforms that the different singers are on are being carried around the splat air, the main square area, only to rejoin as one big stage for parts of it. The vibe of the music gave me very traditional influence, if that makes sense, modern kabuki, if that makes sense. Okay.
Well, I mean, they have masks. That makes sense.
They do. They have masks. They have Shiver is wearing geta, traditional Japanese geta. Mm-hmm. It's just very good. It's just I love it so much. I'm having a blast already. But they also announced that they're doing some major revamps of how Splatfest work overall.
Okay. Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. So instead of having 2 teams going against each other, there are going to be 3 teams going against each other. Mm-hmm. The first half of the Splatfest is going to be the traditional thing where it's your team matches up with one of the other teams and you battle it out. And then in the second half of the Splatfest, they announced it's going to, all 3 teams are going to be going against each other, with the 2 currently losing teams at far ends of the map, where you would normally start, and the winning team being split in half, 2 on one side of the map and 2 on the other side of the map, in the middle. So they're going to have to work out from the center, while the other 2 teams are going to be able to come in and pincer them, essentially. Mm-hmm.
It sounds neat. I'm actually
It's going to be so good. It's going to be chaotic, I think. I'm very interested to see how this ends up changing after the first Splatfest.
Right. This, yeah, it's definitely more of a testing phase right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The test fire, this version's test fire, the premiere Splatfest, is definitely more, it's not just, here's how the game works for returning players and new players. It's also let's see if this actually works the way we think it is.
Yeah.
Just because it works when the devs are playing it doesn't mean it's going to work that way when everybody's playing it.
Right.
So the team, they're doing a very, very easy first Splatfest. Very easy first Splatfest, right? The options are rock, paper, or scissors. What's your opening move? What is it? That's it. Yeah. And God, it's so fun. Everything about this is great. I love it so much. I think we will be playing for at least the beginning part of the Splatfest.
Yeah, Saturday morning stream.
Yeah, because we want to see what the fuck is up, Kyle. And I think we've decided we're gonna do scissors.
Yeah,
which is so. Big Man.
Scissors, Big Man.
Yeah, I think that's it. It'll be fun. The songs fire already. They're so good. The fucking, the fashion, also excellent. I cannot wait to start. Oh, it's gonna be so good.
I am a little bummed because I remember we were thinking that maybe pants would be like a new, like, customizable, like, clothing type, and it doesn't seem like that's what it is. Like, I think it's closer to, like, what it was in 2, where you could choose a couple styles.
Yeah, that's what it seems like.
Yeah. But maybe there'll be more to it. Like, if it auto-coordinates with your clothes, I think that could be cool. I'd be very interested in that.
That would be fun. If, like, whatever brand you happen to, like, pick was also, like, that brand's pants showed up, that'd be neat.
Also...
That'd be super neat, actually.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but, like, there isn't, like, a brand buff in this game, right?
Right.
Yeah, because I also wanted... And maybe there's still time, but there was a thing in one of my favorite RPGs, The World Ends With You, and, you know, its sequel, Neo, The World Ends With You, where if you wore, like, a unified brand, or if you were fighting with, like, the brand's clothing on, like, the place's, like, turf or whatever, you would get, like, buffs, or, like, your powers would be, like, accented, and that was cool. And I want to see if, like, Splatoon would implement something like that. I don't know how that would affect competitive balance, because, like, you know, I think that's a big deal. But it would be cool. It's like, oh, we're wearing this today? For sure, I got it. And then you put on a fit and you go. That's cool.
Right, yeah, bet. You're gonna go, like, check me out. Right, I getcha.
Yeah.
God, they're gonna be so fun. This is gonna be so fun. You are gonna be able... They're still gonna do the thing where if you after you, like, max out your levels or whatever, you're gonna be able to earn, shells, or what were they? The, like, seashell, or not seashells, sea urchins?
Sea urchins,
in the one game? Yeah, where you could change them in to adjust, like, the buffs that your weapon had. Like, that's coming back also.
Yeah.
So that'll be good. I think that's a good thing, because, like, sometimes the RNG on the weapon rolls or the clothing rolls was a little like, you know?
Yeah, just like, I don't want to throw out this shirt. I want to, like...
Yeah, you get a fit you really like, and then, like, the stuff you roll was crap.
Yeah.
So being able to mix and match it, I think, will be nice. I'm fucking pumped. I can't wait for this game.
It's just 2 more weeks, Seeks. You know,
it's 2 more weeks. It's 2 more weeks. When this show comes out, we're gonna be playing over the weekend, because it's coming out. The special Splatfest is coming out on the 27th.
Yep.
I already downloaded the demo. I'm ready.
Oh, I should probably do that. Actually.
Well, it hasn't downloaded yet, but, like, I logged into my Nintendo Online and I was like, yeah, I want the free demo, Splatfest, please, thank you.
Yeah, it's like, hey, when this demo comes out, it better be on the Switch.
It better be. I want to see it immediately. Yeah. But now I'm just like, oh, I really need to start playing again. Because they also announced as a quality of life improvement that returning players who have Splatoon 2 data on their Switch are going to get, they're going to be matched with other players who also have Splatoon data on their Switch.
Yeah. And I think that's a big deal, especially for people who are just picking up Splatoon 3. Like, so that if, like, let's say, they jump in apropos of nothing and they just go into, like, multiplayer, they don't just get washed because, like, it's the first week and everyone's trying to grind back to where they're supposed to be. Like,
right, exactly.
Yeah.
It'll be a lot, like, the matchups will be a lot fairer. They also announced if you have Splatoon, based on your level, you'll also get a certain number of, like, Sheldon coupons, essentially, which will allow you to get different weapons at the very beginning so you don't have to grind them out.
Yeah, because that was also a bit of a pain at the beginning of Splatoon 2. It's just like, oh, man, I need this gun. Oh, it's there, but I gotta buy 12 guns beforehand. That's annoying. Fine, I guess.
Right. I had to wait until I was level 29 before I could get my preferred weapon from Splatoon 1, and that was really fucking annoying.
Yeah. And, like,
because by the time I got there, I was like, do I even like this weapon anymore? I don't know. I really like my splatter shot now. And I'd rather just have multiple weapons I was comfortable with than, like, I want my splatter shot back. You know?
No, like, I think this is a good move. Like, I mean, I understand, like, the school of thought. It's like, yeah, well, like, you know, you can get the classic weapons later, but check out all this cool new shit that we got. And I'm like, if it is cool new shit, then yeah, I guess it's cool. But, like, also, like, hey, man, I know what I'm about. I play this a lot, and I just want to get started with something that's comfortable. Please let me have my gun back.
Hi, can I please have my fucking pen gun? Please, I am literally begging you. I just want it. It's my favorite. What is it? What's it called? The Neo Splash-O-Matic. That's what I like. God, it's so good. It's a precision weapon, and it's not a sniper rifle. That's the difference. Like, it's a precision gun, not a sniper rifle.
It's basically your comfy assault rifle.
Yeah, I can shoot in a straight line, and I trust that my individual shots are going to go in a straight line, and that makes, like, painting a lot easier for me, because I'm, like, a turf coverage kind of person. Mm-hmm. So... Oh, also, there's a boost you get now if you're swimming up walls where you can, like, jump up a little bit so you can get up faster.
Oh, yeah!
Yeah, I forgot it. I forgot about that until just now. God, it's good. Splatoon's gonna be alright, guys. It's gonna be a little bit fun, I think. Just a little bit.
Just a little fun? Yeah.
Just a little fun. God, I can't wait. I'm so excited. Are you gonna make an Inkling or an Octoling?
I think I'm gonna do Octoling this time.
I think I'm still gonna do Inkling unless the Octoling hair is, like, way good.
True. I feel that.
Well, but you can mix and match hair now, so maybe I can... Like, your hair isn't tied to your gender or anything. So.
Right.
Maybe it's not tied to your species either, and I can have Octoling hair on my little Inkling body. That'd be cute.
Could be cute. Yeah.
I just like the curls! All Octoling hair gets curls!
I do. That's true. Oh, man.
God, unfair.
Splatoon.
Splatoon good.
Oh, man. Okay.
What else is good?
Rumbleverse. Holy shit. Teeks, did I send you that Maximilian clip? Whatever. Okay. Oh, let me start from the beginning. Rumbleverse is a new video game that was created by Iron Galaxy. Shoutouts to Dave Lang. That is published by Epic Games. And it's free. Because what it is, it's a battle royale, right? And I know, hear me out, okay? It's a battle royale that's all melee, and specifically wrestling melee. And so, like, you're shot out of a cannon, and you're launched into this map, and then, like, you see a dude or whatever, and you can throw punches, you can go for a grapple or whatever, and, you know, you can pick up, like, books, because, you know, don't let anyone tell you different, but wrestlers are ardent students of the craft, and you can pick up a book to learn a new wrestling move to use for this particular engagement. And so you can carry 2 wrestling moves at once. You got your basic, like, ABC combo, and you have, like, they call them vicious attacks, but they're basically the grabs. You know, you run around, you punch things, you can grab turkeys for you to eat to restore your health. You have mana for, like, your skills and stuff, but also, like, it's technically, like, stamina for, like, dashing and stuff. You can climb up walls. It doesn't matter what the walls are made of. I climbed up sheer glass yesterday evening, and that was cool.
What?
You can climb these buildings, and you can throw people off of them and shit. And, like, your super is, like, a pile driver. But here's the thing. There's a thing that, in this clip that I wanted to show you, Teeks. I'm just gonna explain it play by play, right?
Okay.
First off, there's a priority to all of your moves, right? Usually strikes will, like, interrupt grabs or whatever, but, like, you can't block grabs. That's the trade-off, and you can block everything else. But your super is a grab. It's a vicious grab that is unblockable. So, and it has the highest priority, so if someone's just going to try to throw a regular punch at you, too bad, you're getting supered. And the super is they dash at you, and then grab you, and then jump into the air, throw you up, and then slam you down in a pile driver. That's what it is. It does a lot of damage. Like, at the beginning, I think you have, like, 860 health, and, like, the super, if you get it immediately, does, like, 700 something. So it's a big deal, right? 2, when you activate your super state, all right, there's 2 ways of doing it, right? If you just, like, basically tap the button, then it does, like, a little burst and knocks anyone that's near you off of you, right? But if you hold it, it doesn't do a burst, but it makes you temporarily invulnerable. So you can't take damage during the activation. Right?
Okay.
And then there's another thing, and this is just like a general quality of life traversal thing. There are various like cars. They're just out in the world. And in this world, if you jump on a car, it kind of just acts like a trampoline. Like you bounce off of it, right?
Boing!
Right?
Oh, like in Sunset Overdrive.
Right. No, exactly like Sunset Overdrive. So they work like little trampolines and like things that are like gravity based. Like they deal more damage the higher up you get. So sometimes you want to like do a grab off of a car and then just like slam someone to the ground for additional damage. So this particular moment with Maximilian Dude, who's playing Rumbleverse, and he's in front of this guy who just activated Super with the burst, but he doesn't know that Maximilian also has the Super. So he activates the Super with the burst to push him back, and then he tries to dash at him to do the unblockable Super grab, but Maximilian holds his button so that he's invulnerable during his dash, and then he turns around and supers him back. And so he jumps off this thing, like he's on a platform, like some train tracks or something, and it should like hit the ground for like, maybe 800 damage, and the guy's not going to die. But instead, he actually moves the trajectory of the landing, so he bounces off of a truck and launches even higher. And then as he's coming back down, he bounces off the truck again, and he's like hitting the fucking stratosphere, Tegan.
Oh no.
And then he comes back down like he's shouting the whole time. He's like, "No, you don't!" And he smashes the ground for like 3 billion damage, and the guy dies.
No.
And I was just like, this is
guy.
amazing. This is a video game. And like Rumbleverse is sick, and like there's all sorts of powers you can pick up, and they're like graded, and like the standard like blue is rare, purple is epic, golden is legendary or some shit type of deal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You have like uppercuts. There are various grabs. There's 100-hand slap like fucking E Honda and Street Fighter. And then like they have like the general like schools of moves, and then like some of them do more damage, some of them have increased priority, some of them affect statuses like stun and poison and shit. It's dope. Rumbleverse is fucking cool. And like
Rumbleverse sounds wild.
Yeah, it's because it is, Tegan. And like you get like real like wrestler bodies. Like you can be big boned, you can be a tiny little guy, you can be long and lanky and shit, you can be buff as hell. It's representative. Like you have like there's like at the beginning there's like fucking like 12 different skin tones available, and none of them are like blue or purple or some shit. They're just people. Rumbleverse is so cool. It's a very cool video game.
Inclusive skin tones and body types.
Yeah!
What year is this? A good year for video games, obviously.
A good year for motherfucking video games.
Please include more regular-ass people skin tones in your goddamn games.
Please and thank you. Holy shit. But yeah, Rumbleverse is good, Tegan.
Sounds like it, honestly.
Yeah. Just run around as your dude. You can grapple a guy, throw a couple punches. Oh man, you have a dodge roll? You have a dodge roll. It's so good.
You have a dodge roll?
Yeah, you have a dodge roll. Cause like, basically your rock, paper, scissors at the beginning is like strike, grab. Well, actually, yeah, it's, you have a 4-piece. It's strike, grab, roll, block. I haven't found anything that beats roll unless you predict it. Because if you predict it, you just hit them afterwards, but that's them in a neutral state. Like, dodge roll, like, will just get you out of basically any situation. Blocks all strikes, but, like, not grabs and not super. And, strike beats, like, grabs. Because, like, grabs are really powerful. They do a lot of damage. And, like, they are kind of spooky if you don't see them coming. But, like, you throw a strike out and then, like, they stop. And now it's your turn, Mm-hmm. But yeah, like, Rumbleverse is sick. It's very cool. And it's free! You just play it on stuff. I play it on PC, but it's on PS4 5. It's on Xbox Series S and X. I don't think it's on Switch. Let me just double check for a second. But I'm like 87% certain it's not on Switch. No Switch. 4, 5, Xbox One. It's still on Xbox One, Series X, X, S, and Microsoft Windows. And you get it through the Epic Game Store.
Nutty. Seems illegal.
Oh, one thing. So, like, all these games have, like, premium currency. Some people decide to have fun with it sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
So, we know about Fortnite, and Fortnite did V-Bucks or whatever, but Rumbleverse decided to call their premium currency Brawla Bills.
Brawla Bills.
Brawla Bills. Oh, okay. You thought that was a lot? Teagues, guess. You know what? I'll give you one guess as the name of the field of battle in Rumbleverse. It is a city. Like name.
It's a city.
It's a city.
Oh God, I don't know. What is it?
It's called Grappital City.
Grappital City? Are you fucking kidding me?
No,
Are you shitting me?
It's called Grappital City, Teagues.
Oh my God.
I'm going to Grappital City. I'm going to spend some Brawla Bills.
Oh God damn it. I hate, you know what? Video games were a mistake. Someone had to say it, and you know what? It'll be me today.
I'm gonna put both of them down.
God damn it. God damn it.
Brawla Bills. Oh God. But yeah, Rumbleverse is great. It's a good time. I think everybody should just visit, you know. You don't have to live there, you know. It's not that important, you know. You don't have to make it your life. It doesn't have to become your personality, but just spend some time, you know. Hang out. Okay, you want me to do one more before we do Digimon Survive?
Yeah, let's do one more before we do Digimon Survive.
Okay.
Listen, guys, I know we keep mentioning Digimon, but you have to understand we're only going to be able to half talk about Digimon on the show because of the creator's request to block spoilers. If you want the full Digimon Survive, you're going to have to go to our Patreon.
Yeah, that's just how it's going to be. Sorry for you.
Sorry.
Okay.
No, I'm not. Yeah,
okay, so I'm going to talk about the Thirsty Suitors demo, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Thirsty Suitors was a game that was announced, I don't think it was announced during, like, Wholesome, but it was announced during something, I can't really remember what. But it was, like, sold as, like, an RPG, you know? They had brown women at the center of it.
Right.
And so I was interested. I was like, let me see what this is about, right? And they had a demo on Steam. I downloaded the demo, right? And it follows a young woman named Jala, right? Who's heading to her hometown after a breakup. And, oh my God, it says on Steam that it's similar to Tales of Arise. So, hear me out, okay? So, Thirsty Suitors...
I'm sorry, it's similar, right?
Yeah, similar to Tales of Arise? Yeah, I know. So, Thirsty Suitors is the story of a woman named Jala, who's returning to her hometown after a breakup, and who did not leave her hometown on the best of terms. And, it is a very stylish game. It's an RPG that has turn-based battles, skateboarding, and cooking. Your opening like sequence in the demo is actually on the bus home where she takes a personality test to basically kind of outline like what kind of lover she is, but also kind of begins like a Kingdom Hearts style like sequence. Like you know what it does? It reminds me of Kingdom Hearts. Like, you know, where you pick like the sword and the shield and the staff or whatever. It's very much like that, but like they make those decisions based on how you present yourself in relationships. That's what it is. And based off those decisions, like you start like a skill tree essentially. Mm-hmm. And then you go back to your hometown, you hang out at a diner, and then you run into this guy who like had a crush on you when you were in third grade, and he's still holding on to it because third grade was a really big year for him. His parents got divorced and all sorts of other terrible shit happened. And you kind of like talk with him, but like in a sort of like action combat style, like fucking Paper Mario, or like I don't know, Bug Fables for something that's a bit more contemporary. But like you inflict statuses, like you make him thirsty for you for a little bit, and then you enter his mind palace, and then you make him angry so that he becomes vulnerable again, and then you fight, and then at the end of it, you shake hands and decide to be friends, and we're not really gonna fuck. and he gives you a ride back to your parents' house, and that's the end of the demo. But, like, Jesus Christ, Teagues, there's a lot of shit going on here. It seems neat. It feels cool. If anyone's interested in the demo, I'm gonna link it in the Patreon stuff, but, like, holy shit, this game is cool.
Oh, dear. Are there... Okay, so it's like Tales of Arise, though? Like...
It's... Okay, so Steam thinks it's like Tales of Arise. But, like, personally, for me, it feels more like a Paper Mario-ish game with, like, more adult themes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but, like, the implication at the end of the demo is that you're going to interact with, like, all of your exes in this hometown that, like, you've, like, burned or scorned or, like, broke up with in unfortunate ways. The other woman that's on the poster appears to be the Gideon Graves, who, like, very much doesn't like Jala, but also doesn't give a shit that she's back. But, like, you know, you are back. And, like, she has overbearing parents. At one point, when you're fighting the guy in his mind palace, you need, like, they mentioned specifically that South Asian men, like, crack under, like, a disapproving word from their mother, but she can't summon his mother, so she summons her mother as, like, a Final Fantasy summon to rip into this dude.
God.
Tegan, I'm telling you. Like, this
I get to summon my mother?
Yes!
Like in Final Fantasy?
Yes, Tegan! Ah!
Oh my god.
It's bananas, but also really fucking sick. Like, there's no release date yet. You know, as far as I can tell. But, there is a playable demo, and it's out there. So, fuck with it, I guess.
Here's the thing. Do you have 7 evil exes to fight?
Me in real life?
Yeah, you in real life.
Nah, I think I only have about 5. Like, I mean, I have, like, more exes, but, like, most of them aren't evil.
I have 2 evil exes that I would have to fight, I think.
Okay. Yeah, like,
maybe 3? Like, maybe 3.
Maybe
but definitely 2. And honestly, they're little bitches, so I wouldn't be worried about it.
Well, like, what if I don't know. Like, see, that's the thing, because, this guy, like, the guy that you meet, whose name I can't remember right now, he seems like a low-level boss at best, right? But, like, it's one of those things that, like, I feel like if he had significant leadership, he could do some damage. And that's the thing you gotta worry about with evil exes, you know?
I see. You just gotta make sure they don't join an evil union.
Yeah, if they get an evil union, you know, good luck, I guess.
I want to be in charge of the evil union. I think that's how they have to unionize, like, in order for it to be evil, is I have to be in charge of their evil union organization.
Oh god, Teagues, are you gonna run someone's evil X organization?
Yeah, they're gonna be my evil exes, and the reason it's an evil union is because I'm the one in charge.
Oh my god.
God. What a fucking mess. Sounds great. Mm-hmm. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I may download the Thirsty Suitors demo. This sounds fucking funny.
Do it, Teagues!
I might. I don't think I'll play it on stream, but I'll download it.
You know
Check
what?
It out.
I might play it on stream, actually. Like, I've already done it once, so, like, I know the vibes. I know what I'm getting into. Mm-hmm. Because I actually did die once when I was doing the demo fight. But, like, I know what I did wrong, and so, like, I can definitely perform it, I think. Mm-hmm. Oh, man. Yeah, no, but this straight up says, like, it's similar to Tales of Arise. It also says it's similar to Final Fantasy VII Remake, Marvel Spider-Man, Fable Anniversary, and Persona 5 Strikers. Which, honestly, at the moment, I can't argue with them. I don't have those tools.
Not yet.
Mm-mm.
A nightmare.
Can't believe playing Temtem for 91 hours. Tegan, tell me about this nightmare that is Digimon Survive.
I'm preparing to, like, unhinge myself.
Alright.
Hang on, I gotta stretch. Okay. Digimon Survive is a visual novel with turn-based strategy elements.
Okay. I'm interested.
99% of the story is a visual novel.
Okay.
All of the Digimon battles are turn-based strategy. But it's like turn-based strategy like Fire Emblem, not turn-based strategy like Final Fantasy.
Okay, do you actually play on a grid, or is it like space?
You play on a grid.
Okay.
You play on a grid. What direction you're facing at the end of your turn matters. Like, all that stuff.
Okay.
There's, like, if you make friends with the Digimon around you, like, they can assist you in battle. That whole thing.
That's
whole
cool.
thing.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very, very cool. The first 4 chapters of the story are you, like, your group, getting to the digital world, figuring out you're in the digital world, and then reassembling the team. Because when you first get to the digital world, you're scattered, more or less. You end up, so you're like, Takuma's the main character, he starts at a summer camp. Wow, we're at summer camp in the middle of woods in Japan. That is the most original premise for a Digimon game I've ever heard. Shout out to Adventure. You're at the summer camp, you make friends. The 2 friends you make are Minoru, who's totally not Taichi, and also totally not Daisuke from season 1 and season 2. He's like, your spunky sport boy, right? Who's very goofy. You're like the serious person, but you're the gogglehead, so it's fine. Gogglehead means you're the leader. Also, you wear goggles on your head. That's how you identify the leader in Digimon. God damn it, I hate it here. And Aoi, who is totally not Sora Takanuchi, it's fine. She's your class president. She's like very smart, very studious, very much like a good girl kind of character.
Okay.
Good girl as like a title, not as like a, you know what I mean. Anyway.
I do know what you mean.
These are your friends. Also in your class are Ryo, who is like a tough guy, like a what's his name from Persona?
Blonde one?
Yeah, the blonde one.
Ah, shit. I think it was Skull. I actually can't remember his name.
Yeah,
right now.
Skull. Yeah, it's that he's like that. Got that kind of persona.
Okay.
And so like he's grumpy all the time. He's like a tough guy. He has his hands in his pockets. And he does a lot of like like that kind of stuff. You know what I mean?
His name is Ryuji Sakamoto.
Ryuji, yeah, he's your Ryuji type, but he's not like a goof. He's very much like a serious, like, tough guy character. And a girl named Saki who has dead mom hair.
Damn. All right, then.
If you don't know what dead mom hair is, it's an anime trope where a girl is wearing her hair in a loose, low ponytail that is specifically draped over one of her shoulders. Correct. It's not like a high ponytail, it's a low ponytail. And traditionally, moms who are wearing that hairstyle in Japanese media end up dying. Think like the mom in Attack on Titan and the mom in Full Metal Alchemist. Like, they die at the very beginning of the series. That's their whole thing. They live to die.
They live to die.
They live to give birth to the protagonist and then die tragically. Like, that's it.
See women in refrigerators.
Saki's got dead mom hair. Huh?
See women in refrigerators.
Yeah, exactly. So Saki's got dead mom hair at the beginning of the game. She's, like, very cute, and she seems a little bit airheaded, but she's not. She's, like, grounded, but also, like, bubbly, if that makes sense.
Okay.
And she's hanging out with Ryo, and they're, like, they're friends. And Ryo's like, we're not friends. And she's like, we're friends.
Okay. Yeah.
We're friends, and that's, like, the end of it. There's also, like, a slightly older student who's in high school. So all y'all are in middle school. There's a slightly older student who's in high school. His name is Shuji. He wears glasses, and he fucking sucks. He's your Joe equivalent, but he is not Joe. And then, apart from this group, like, who are only here for a field trip, that is why they're here, are two natives to the area, like, natives to the region, Kaito and his little sister Miu. Those are our characters. That's our cast of Digi-Destined. Okay? Our chosen children, if you will. They all end up at this shrine where, supposedly, they did, like, a pseudo-test of courage. Not really, but they did. Where they had to go through a spooky tunnel. And they found some shrine tape. And then they went into a shrine. Woo! And they meet a professor who is studying these creatures that supposedly, in the before times, the people of this region would sacrifice children to appease these creatures.
Okay.
That's what they would do. And all of the legends say that the children were brought to this temple, and then they were spirited away, and sometimes they returned, but usually they did not. And that's your legend. That's it.
Jesus, okay.
All right? That's where this game is rated T14. I'm going to read you the reasons this game is rated T14, and then we will discuss. This game is rated T for fantasy violence, mild blood, language, and crude humor. Okay. It's called Digimon Survive. Okay? I'm just making sure we're all on the same page here, okay?
Yeah.
The kids, 7 young kids go to camp for the summer. They get whisked away to a digital land, baby. They wake up in this digital forest. Wow. There is spooky fog everywhere and spider lilies growing. Spider lilies are these red, like, pom-pom lilies. And in Japan specifically, they're associated with, like, death. They grow in the fall. And so, like, there's a lot of, you'll see them in a lot of, like, Japanese horror, like, video games and anime as, like, a symbol for, like, something spooky happens here, you know?
Okay.
The whole place you spawn in, full of them. Then we do, the first 2 chapters are you meeting up with the majority of the group. So you, Minoru, and Aoi end up in the same area. You meet your Digimon partners. Takuma, the main character, gets an Agumon. Duh. Sure. Aoi gets a Labramon, which is like a little dog, a Digimon. Very cute.
Okay.
A very good Digimon. I do give it a pet and call it a good dog. Anyway, Minoru gets a Falcomon, and his Falcomon has like a strong sense of justice and also speaks like in a very antiquated way. Big Hawkmon vibes from this guy. You guys, like, do some exploring and stuff. You find out maybe there are some other kids around. You assume. You go back to the school, right? The school looks old as fuck. It's aged. It's dilapidated. The windows are all broken. It's overgrown with vines. This is fucking weird, right? You go into the school, and you get jump scared by what appears to be a ghost. It's a little boy, and he's got a white face, no eyes, no mouth. Spooky.
All right, cool. Fuck.
You decide. Also, Aoi somehow gets kidnapped while you're in the school. Not during the jump scare, but like a little bit later.
Yeah.
You discover the school is run by a giant evil spider Digimon. Yay.
All right, fine, fuck.
Love that for us. The spider Digimon is going to eat your friend. Yay! You have to rescue her. It's great. Okay. You team up with you find 2 small children, like an 8-year-old and like an 11-year-old-ish. You're like 14. Okay, you find like an 8 and 11-year-old.
Okay.
And they say they've been living here for ages. Like forever.
What?
Yeah, these 2 human kids have been living here for ages, right? Cool. They tell you, normally this isn't a problem, but the spider moved in recently, and that's a little bit of a problem. And it doesn't matter that neither of them have a Digimon. They've never needed one. They're just safe here.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah,
That's worrisome.
Great. Exactly. 10 out of 10. So then, you fight the spider, the Dokugekimon, right? Agumon learns how to digivolve. Depending on what choices you make, like it's a visual novel game, right? So there's also like, I have to like talk to this character, and if I say the right thing, my affinity with them goes up, and yay, and that kind of thing. Right. There's also choices that are moral, wrathful, or harmonious. Those are like the options. And depending on which one of those you choose, determines Agumon's path for evolution. Agumon has 3 paths. He can do a data version, a virus, or a vaccine. Okay. Which are like the 3 main Digimon types. And I unknowingly went the harmonious route, which is the data route. Okay. So instead of evolving into a Greymon like I expected, he evolved into a Tyrannomon, and I was like, oh, neat.
All right.
That's cool. I get a dinosaur. That's a different dinosaur. Mm-hmm. And then, like, Chapter 2 is unlocking, like, Minor's Falcomon's evolution and Labramon's evolutions, which are very cool. In Chapter 3, you meet back up with Shuji, who has a Lopmon, which is, like, a little tiny bunny, a brown bunny with, like, pink accents, very cute.
Okay.
Think Terriermon, but instead of cream and green, it's brown and pink.
Okay.
And Saki, who has a Floramon, which is like a little flower plant Digimon.
Sure.
Anyway, they're running away from a big wolf Digimon, that looks very scary. I don't remember its name. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I kicked its ass. Anyway, they are also with the professor, an actual legal adult, a like 60-year-old man.
Okay.
He's just here now.
That's weird.
Don't worry, he's not here for long.
Oh, okay, cool.
Oh, you also meet up with Ryo at, like, the beginning of this. But Ryo is, like, losing it. He's not doing well mentally. He's not here. He keeps laughing. He's got, like, a Kunemon, which is, like, a little caterpillar Digimon.
Oh, shit.
And it can't talk. It just says, coo, 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 all the time. It's very cute. All the other Digimon can talk. He's the only one who ends up with a Digimon who can't talk, and he is fucking losing it, my dude. He keeps, like, laughing to himself, and is convinced everyone is gonna die here, and, like, it's just not good, right? Mm-hmm. The professor falls off a dam into a fog bank. We do not see him. We assume he dies.
I mean, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, it's like a big dam, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. You end up back at your home, right? At the school, which is now your home. And you decide, like, oh, we should look for other kids. We're, like, trying to figure out what to do next. Shuji is being a little bitch about everything. He's like, no, we've got a school. We should wait for people to rescue us. And you're like, bruh, are you sure about that? Are you sure people are going to rescue us? Like, we got cell phones. None of them fucking work. We keep getting emails that say nothing. That, like, just have a garbled mess. And so you decide, like, okay, we're going to, like, explore a little bit more. Just a little bit more. Your Digimon are all like, oh, we saw a radio tower. We can climb up to the top of the radio tower, and we can look around, and, like, we can see where we are, right? Cool, right? In that, like, interaction, like, along that path, you meet up with Kaito. And Kaito is freaking out, because he's like, my little sister, I think she's here somewhere, and I don't fucking know where she is. Because she was there when everything was going down, where you got whisked away, and he's like, I don't know where she was. Like, she was here, and now she's gone. And, like, ugh. And he's got a little guy called a Dracomon, which is, like, a little evil devil Digimon. He's got eyeballs in his hands and a mask on his face.
Alright, cool, shit.
Right, yeah, exactly. And you're like, okay, we're gonna go to the radio tower, and we're gonna figure this out, right? Mm-hmm. Your whole group... Shuji is being a dick this entire time to Lopmon. He's being an asshole. He's like, you're whining, you're slow, you're little, like, meh. Three of the other Digimon can fucking Digivolve. Why can't you do anything useful? And you're like, bro, fucking chill out, okay? You make it to, like, a cable car area. Kaito and the group get in a fight. Kaito's like, I'm going up this hill. I'm not taking some stupid cable car. This is dumb. Mm-hmm. I'm not following this weird lady who showed up, right? Saying we can take the cable car. That sounds like a fucking trap. I'm going up the hill the regular way.
That's cool.
And the rest of the party is like, but what if we took the cable car, though? And you're like, okay, I guess we could take the cable car. And then you're like, I, as the leader, even though I'm not the oldest kid, you know, I will go get Kaito, and we'll meet you at the top. And everyone else is like, cool. They all get in the cable car. Ryo starts calling this weird lady who showed up mommy.
Okay. That's exhausting.
Disgusting. Hate it. Yeah. You meet back up with Kaito. Kaito's like, man, I'm sorry I got mad. And you're like, no, I get it. Like, you're stressed about your sibling. That makes sense. You have, like, a little spat, like a friend fight, essentially. Then you actually fight some monsters that show up. Good. You win, easy peasy, and you all head up the hill. You get to the top of the hill, you find out that the fucking cable car is stopped on the way up, and now it's covered in spiderwebs.
Oh, shit.
Right. Guess what? The lady was a Digimon.
The lady.
Now there's a bunch. The lady was a Digimon, and she was like, you know what? This is so nice. I'm so glad all these kids got in my cable car. It's going to make sacrificing you a lot easier. And everyone's like, wait, what?
Oh, God.
She transforms into a giant Arukenimon. Great. 10 out of 10. Big ultimate level spider Digimon. Love that for us. We've got like 2 people who can Digivolve in that cable car. And also they're in a cable car.
Well, shit.
Yeah, it was nice knowing him. You fight Arukenimon. Ideally, you win. Otherwise, you get a game over, obviously.
Yeah.
And then Saki's partner Floramon learns how to Digivolve. Mm-hmm. This is excellent. But Saki just joined your party. And Ryo's been with your party since the beginning. And his Digimon hasn't Digivolved yet. And he's very rapidly losing his grip on reality.
Okay.
He ends up being pushed off a bridge by Arukenimon. He lands in a river below. He is fine.
Okay.
For now.
For now?
You chase off Arukenimon, right?
Uh-huh.
Y'all go down to the bottom of the hill to get Ryo from the river. Ryo starts talking to the fog. He calls the fog his mom.
Jesus.
He's very glad his mom has finally come to get him. He misses her so much. He's missed her forever. You find out his mom died in a hospital.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Sometime before all of the events of the thing.
Sure.
Ryo totally loses his grip on reality and is pulled into a dark void by like 1,000 hands.
Ah, shit, come on.
The screen is splattered with a dark substance that looks kind of like ink. And then also Kunemon disappears, like, into a ball of light. And then you're told that when a person who has a Digimon partner dies, their Digimon partner also dies.
Cool.
Yeah! Woo! I'm allowed to talk about all of this part, because this is that's up through chapter, 3. That's chapter 3!
Oh, cool. Hey, chapter 3. Jesus Christ.
Chapter 4, we get to go to an amusement park. Yay!
Okay.
It turns out Mew has taken up refuge in this amusement park, in the castle of the amusement park, and is being treated as a queen by a bunch of little Rocky Digimon who are wandering around, right?
Okay.
Obviously, everything is attacked, and everything goes to shit, right?
Sure.
The castle starts to cave in. You have to convince Mew and her little, Sayakumon, which is like a little clam Digimon. You have to convince them to leave. It's like a whole thing. You get them to join your party. No one wants to tell her that if you die in this world, you die in real life. No one wants to address that with a small... She's little. She's like 8. She's a kid.
Okay.
Nobody wants to tell her that. And you're just like, it's dangerous here. And she's like, it's not that dangerous here. Like, obviously. Like, yeah, they fight, but like, whatever. I'm 8. Nothing can kill me, right? I have the power of God and anime on my side.
Oh my god.
Eventually you, a bunch of the Digimon get really injured. She's really upset that, these are my friends, and, they're really being hurt, and it's my fault that they were being hurt, because the monster thing is trying to get, kids, and, they are just trying to protect me, this whole thing. Anyway.
Right.
That's her, evolution arc. She gets a Shellmon. It's very good. You end up back at the school, and everybody's just cool. We're all together now. Nothing will be weird. Right? We'll solve it together.
Oh my god.
Except Ryo totally died, and we're not processing that right now.
Yeah. There's no time. So it's gonna get weird, right?
Oh, yeah, it gets worse.
Okay.
So now I'm going to do, like, my overall thoughts, and then I'll tell you about part 5, because we're going to cut that part out. Overall, the game is very good. I have been thoroughly entertained every step of the way. I'm worried about these kids all the time. I want to know what happens next. I understand at this point that there's no way I'm going to be able to save everyone on my first playthrough, and so I just have to do my best to save the most kids as possible. Like, there's literally nowhere to save Rio the first time you play through. The second time, when you play the New Game Plus, it's possible. Possible, if I don't fuck up. Which hopefully I won't, because Kunemon was very cool, and I wanted Rio to, like, get some self-confidence back and, like, come out of his shell, and I was, like, starting to get that with him, and then he just McFrickin' lost it, you know?
Yeah.
The gameplay loop is fairly satisfying. There is a point in Chapter 8 where the difficulty curve just shoots up out of nowhere for one fight. But then I think it's going to even out again. We'll see. I hope it's going to even out again, because, like, I did a lot of grinding for that.
Yeah.
The battles are fun. In addition to the, like, harmony, moral, wrathful, like, triad determining how Agumon is able to evolve in the storyline, it also influences which Digimon you're able to recruit to your team. Like, in the wild, you can try to befriend different Digimon by, like, they ask you questions and you respond in one of 4 ways, and if you respond well, like, in a way that they like, there may be a chance that they, like, join your team, or you can ask them for an item and they'll give you, like, extra, like, heals or whatever, you know?
Yeah.
Like Band-Aids or food or whatever it is. The trees are pretty good. The, like, evolutionary trees, they included a lot of Digimon. There are over, like, 4,000 Digimon out currently.
Right.
And there's a good variety of, like, familiar Digimon that people who play the anime or watch the anime and play the card game, like, will know. And Digimon that only exist in some of the other video games, like, coming back in. Which has been fun. The kids themselves are all really interesting. They're nuanced in a lot of fun ways.
Okay.
And they all have, like, pretty interesting backstories that, like, are lightly alluded to without, like, just info dumping everything. Like, as you talk to them more, you find out stuff about them, and that feels good, you know?
Yeah.
But it is mostly a visual novel. There is a ton of dialogue. You can skip it if you want. Like, but then you're not gonna know the story, so I don't know why you would.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's good. I like it. I highly recommend this game. I think it's great. I think it's very good. It's being review bombed right now, like, as of recording time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because, it didn't do a great job of advertising itself as specifically a visual novel with fights.
Oh,
as opposed to fights with the visual novel, you know?
Right.
Which is how the other games have kind of been.
Okay.
But this one is definitely, like, fights first, which is good. I like it. Or, visual novel first, which I like. The fights feel, like, good. I don't feel like I'm overly challenged. I don't feel like I'm like, being under-challenged on the normal level.
Okay.
There's also, like, there's an increased difficulty, or, like, there's a hard mode and an easy mode, so. Yeah! I like it. I'm having fun. People will die. Of fun!
Of fun. Jesus
of
Christ. Also
not fun. There are, I don't know if there's any place right now that has, like, a full list of content warnings for this game. But, like, going past Chapter 4, there are definitely some content warnings that you may want to check out if you're the kind of person who actively seeks to avoid certain behaviors, you know? So I would approach with caution, but I do like it. I do like it. I think the main reason this game is rated T for teen and not rated, like, M for mature is because the violence that is shown is mostly cartoon violence, you know, monsters against monsters sort of thing. And then the violence that is implied, like, is blocked out with, like, the ink stuff, you know? You know? Sure. But yeah, that's Digimon Survive. Anyway. Your turn. Tell me about Monster Hunter. That sounds like that's a lot nicer than Digimon.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna do Monster Hunter last.
Oh, okay.
And I'm gonna do Demon Throttle. Because I'm very... you know what? Let's just talk about news. I'm kidding.
Yeah.
I kind of want to save Demon Throttle for when Brian's back. So maybe I don't do Demon Throttle this week. I'm going to talk about Monster Hunter, though.
That's fair.
Sunbreak, title update 1, has added new monsters. I haven't really gotten to fight them yet. I've been too much on this fucking League of Legends grind. I finally made a Silver 3.
Oh, only Silver 3?
Yeah, right, it's not a lot. I need to move past this. I'm running out of time. But in Monster Hunter, I'm also pretty behind. But they added Lucent Nargacuga. They added Seething Basil Juice. Let me just talk a bit about Basil Juice. I've told you about Basil Juice before, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like a giant scaly bird thing. They call it the B-52.
Yeah.
Well, this one's like that, but it's mad. It's mad from the beginning. It's not mad when you start to hit it or whatever. It's just mad before you even get there. And it is pretty wild. It doesn't seem like that bad of a fight, personally, because I think by the time you get to it, like, your gear, like, it's supposed to be like kind of like a post-endgame fight. So it's fine. They've added some new like QoS stuff, which is cool. I forget what the full name of it is, but I think it's called the Curios. And basically, like, it's a way to further customize your build. By, like, fighting the anomaly monsters, which are, like, monsters that are affected by the, like, shit. Not the Malzeno curse, but from the Big Bad's curse. And, beating those things nets you these coins that allow you to do one of two things, which is, buy, like, extremely rare, like, monster drops, like 2% drops. Or, basically feed them into, like, your armor so that you can kind of dice roll for, like, additional stats or, like, gem slots and stuff. Mm-hmm. So it is random. It really is. But, if you end up getting, like, you know, like, the best stuff, it's not even just marginally better than, like, what you can get naturally. Like, it's incredibly better. So it's worth the grind, but, like, you know, it's early in the grind so far. I haven't seen the tech for dual blades. I've mostly been just checking out the stuff that's been for, like, Gunlance, and, like, Hennessy's been telling me about what's going on with, like, light bow gun. But it is, like, a new revitalization point. Like, it's another reason to just sit down and play a shit ton of Monster Hunter, which is never something I'm going to be mad at. Mm-hmm. And, you know, they added new event quests. I haven't seen anything really cool out of, like, the clothing I want yet, but there are new gestures that I want, which look pretty cool. But I got to spend a bit more time with it.
Okay. That's good, though. What are the gestures? Like, are they, like, fun little cheers and stuff?
Yeah, like the cheers and the poses and things.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That sounds like fun, though.
It is going to be fun. It's actually lamentable that I'm spending so much time with League of Legends instead of just playing more Monster Hunter, but, you know, it is what it is.
Heck.
Yeah. But it's chill. Monster Hunter remains a good video game. Arguably a very, very good video game. But I just, you know, I needed more time to play it. I needed, like, a second me to just sit down and grind Monster Hunter so I can finish this League of Legends thing. And then, you know, another me to watch One Piece, and then another me to watch all the other anime that I'm missing. And, you know, et cetera, et cetera. I need more me's. I need a cloning machine, but I've needed a cloning machine since I was, like, 5. So, whatever.
God, yeah, I do need a cloning machine. We haven't even gotten into anime yet.
No.
We'll get there.
No,
Not
anime's...
this week, but...
Anime's probably next week, I think. That sounds right to me.
Yeah. It'll have to be, because, like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
Anime's a mistake.
I mean, anime's cool. I haven't watched any of Rent a Girlfriend yet, though, which I'm kind of mad about. I need to sit down and watch those.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay that you haven't watched it yet.
For sure.
That's okay. Don't worry about it. Don't sweat.
Okay, Teeks, what's going on in the news world of video games?
In the news world?
Mm-hmm.
Genshin Impact got their 3.0 announcement.
Oh my god. Oh wait, did I imagine that? Have we just not talked about Genshin yet?
We haven't talked about Genshin yet!
That's so fake!
That's okay. That's okay, though, because the Genshin 3.0 announcement is just a big news segment,
Okay,
so
sure, let's do
it's
it.
fine. It's fine. Genshin 3.0 has officially been announced. Basically what they did was, similar to what they did when Inazuma was first announced. They did a big hour-long overview presentation of the new region.
Okay.
Like, roughly what we can expect from the storyline. Here's a bunch of new characters who you're going to meet and interact with. Here's, like, some of the, like, kind of story interaction sort of things that you can do. Here are the first banners, like, all that stuff. The big thing about Genshin specifically, though, is that it's like this update specifically, the Sumeru update specifically, is that it's introducing the Dendro element officially as a playable element. Mm-hmm. This is the only element in Teyvat so far that we haven't been able to use. And there were a lot of concerns around if it was going to, like, basically make like Hydro useless, because Hydro is kind of like the healing situation, the like healer right now.
Right.
So, like, is that going to make Hydro completely unviable and that kind of thing? The answer is no. Mm-hmm. Dendro and Hydro rely on each other to do a very specific kind of new interaction called a Dendro core, a blooming reaction. And the blooming reaction creates a Dendro core. And then you can use your other characters to interact with that Dendro core with their elemental reactions to trigger additional elemental reactions. Hey! Already we know that, like, Dendro and Pyro, just on their own, if you don't do anything else with them, that's going to trigger burning. If something has Dendro on it, you put Pyro on it, it's going to burn.
Right.
Woo! Like, that's fine. If you do Dendro and Hydro, it will create a Dendro core, which is like a little, like, seed, essentially, that sits next to the target. Okay? There is a limit on how many Dendro cores can be spawned at any one time. They did not tell us what exactly that limit is, which is fine. I'm sure they're still fine-tuning it in the beta right now, so it's not the end of the world. If you affect a Dendro core with Pyro, you get a new elemental reaction called Burgeon? It's like burgeoning, I guess.
Okay.
And what it does is the core explodes, like a seed exploding, and it deals additional Dendro damage in like an AoE, a little AoE.
Okay.
If you electrocute a Dendro core, mm-hmm. If you add electro to it, you get something called a sprawling shot, which is a homing projectile that deals Dendro damage to one character. Mm. It looks like it goes to whatever character it's closest to.
Okay.
So it's not something you can use to, like, attack somebody who's moved all the way across the field.
Yeah, sure.
It goes to whatever enemy is closest to. Not you, obviously. Enemy. And then they also announced that there are going to be 2 new electro reactions to Dendro. So if something has Dendro on it, and you add electro to it, this is separate from the Dendro core thing. Mm-hmm. If something is Dendro, and you give it electro, it gets something called Quicken, which means that it's like... it's categorized under, like, the catalyze category, which means it's, like, a preparatory thing. You can use this to trigger other reactions.
Okay.
And the way that it's signified in-game is that, like, green lightning starts showing around the enemy, like, sparking, if that makes sense. If you, and then what you can do with this quickened reaction is you can do two different things. You can either aggravate the reaction or spread the reaction.
Okay.
In order to aggravate the reaction, you have to add more electro element to this person. They will take increased electro damage from whatever that attack is.
Okay.
If they have Quicken on them and you add additional dendro damage, you will spread the reaction, which means that the character will take increased dendro damage.
Okay.
Yeah. At this point in time, it doesn't seem like there's any interactions for Geo or Cryo. No ice, no rock interactions.
Boo.
Yeah. I mean, so, like, the rock interaction, I assume, is gonna just, like, drop the little shield thing, just like everything else does. So, yeah, there's that, I guess. But, like, nothing for ice, which I think, like, makes sense, but also, like, I get it, you know?
I think, hopefully they're just thinking about it, because, like, just putting, like, straight up vulnerability on it seems like a missed opportunity.
Right. So, Cryo right now has really good interactions with Hydro, Pyro, and Electro. So I'm not mad that it doesn't have anything right now, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, Superconduct is really good, Melt is really good, and Freeze is really good. So, like, forcing me, essentially, to separate my Cryo team, like, my team that relies on Cryo interactions, from a team that relies on Dendro interactions, I think is good, like, strategically.
Yeah, I get that. That's fair.
That forces me to make more team cops instead of just using Kuching, Shincho, Chongyun, and fucking Yenfei.
But I want Chongyun to go ape shit everywhere. No, maybe I don't.
Honestly, same. How many more ways can I use my boy? I just want to see him thrive, okay? Yeah. And thriving means murdering everyone.
Yeah.
And then having a popsicle afterwards, like it's no big deal.
He deserves his treats.
He does. Anyway. But, like, that's the new interactions. Sounds very cool. All of the leaked characters were essentially confirmed to be accurate designs, and accurate, like, typing, essentially. Yeah. We don't fully know, like, we can't confirm everybody yet, but pretty much everybody so far. The first banner for, like, the first half of the event is going to be Zhongli and Tignari, the new Dendro Bow user, and also Koali, who is she's in the manga already. She's one of Amber's friends. She will be featured as, like, the new 4-star on that banner, which is good. It'll be fun, I think. And then in phase 2, we're gonna get a Ganyu rerun and a Kokomi rerun. And then the 4-star featured on that banner is gonna be Dory. So that's the new Electro girl with the Jin. So that'll be interesting. During the entire, like, event, they basically, like, they showed us all of, like, the Sumeru stuff. They told us basically that, Dota Core, who is part of the, the Fatui, that he wants to essentially destroy, like, their Tree of Life equivalent. So we're gonna be, like how in Inazuma we saw a lot of Scaramouche, we're gonna see this new Fatui Harbinger a bunch in Sumeru.
Okay.
And we're I don't know how the vibe I got from the live stream and from watching the version 3 special, the hour-long special afterwards, is that a lot of times when they were showing us parts of Sumeru, the screen would kind of get glitchy. And, like, considering now that they've had time to, like, download and re-upload the whole thing, like, they would have fixed those glitches if they were unfortunate glitches, right? Like, Nintendo does that all the time when they do live streams. If it, like, glitches out somewhere, they'll put the full footage in. They didn't do that. They left all that in. So it feels like there's going to be a strong, like, sense of mirage here, if that makes sense. Like, not everything we're seeing is going to be exactly how it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which will be fun.
Looking forward
especially because, like, yeah, no, go ahead.
Now I was just going to say, looking forward to the major illusions being revealed.
Yeah, right. Looking forward to being gaslit by MiHoYo. That'll be fun. Our first interaction with... We've already technically had our first interaction with the Dendro Archon as part of the current Golden Apple Archipelago quest, which will no longer be current by the time this episode is out. Haha, sorry. You missed it. The Golden Apple Archipelago is my favorite fucking event, and it was very good. Again, good job, MiHoYo. Anyway, at the very end of, like, the main storyline, we are contacted through a thing that we've been using to talk to Venti by someone else. And then there's, like, a Dendro... The, like, Dendro symbol is, like, it appears on the screen for just a moment sort of thing. Implying that we've been contacted by the Dendro Archon already. And the fact that we've been contacted by the Dendro Archon in an island archipelago that itself is essentially a mirage because it comes into existence and then it fades away for a full year, is an interesting choice, isn't it? So yeah, so I think, gamers, you know, but in a good way. In a good way. I'm not planning on pulling for the first Dendro character for Tignari. I'm sorry. I'm gonna get better at once there's some pronunciation guides from some people who understand these actual languages on how to say it, I'm gonna get it. I promise. I will spend the time, just like I did with the Liyue characters. Don't hate me. But I don't think I'm gonna go for them. I'm gonna try to get Quali so that I can have her and Amber together on a team. When her passive skill is the same as Amber's, so if you have her in the team and you are gliding, you lose less stamina while you're gliding, which is good. Yeah. And also because she's a bow user, I'll be able to play, I think, a little bit more with how her like elemental reactions work. So yeah, it'll be good, I think. It'll be interesting. I'm interested. I've played a lot of Genshin over the last couple days when I wasn't playing Digimon Survive, so it'll be fun. I'm interested to see how it goes, especially because this with Sumeru coming, that means we are one step closer to Fontaine, which is the one I really want to go to. Oh, God. I want to go to Fontaine so badly. It's steampunk France. Like, I don't understand why people don't want to go to steampunk France. It's steampunk France, and the Archon is the god of justice. Hello? Phoenix Wright? Are you there?
Oh, God.
Like Christ on a bike. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. That's my news update for Genshin. Your turn, Rocky.
Oh, right. Hold on. Real news. My bad.
That's also news. Hey.
No.
News.
You're right. I'm still thinking about Digimon Survive. I'm a little loopy. I apologize.
It's so good, though, right?
Yeah.
Like,
oh, God.
You understand why I'm just like,
Okay, I'm gonna start with some light news.
Okay.
This is a minor bummer, which is why we're doing it. And it's Deck 9, who has taken over the development of the Life is Strange series after Don't Nod. Has stated they will no longer release the game episodically. But for people who did not know, the way that Life is Strange was generally delivered to people was that a single chapter would be made available, and a few weeks, months afterward, they would release the next chapter, and it would happen over the course of about a year. And then you'd have 5 chapters and a complete story at the end of it. This thing is something I thought that was really cool. I think more games should be released episodically because, you know, especially stuff that's supposed to be bigger, like a RPG, so that they become more digestible and you can just kind of check in whenever the new ones come out, as opposed to just like being overwhelmed by like the 60, 80, 2 billion hour experience in front of you. For example, I think it'd be really cool if Persona 6 was released episodically. You can quote me on that. But
oh, that would be good also, because then you could spend more time, like, you could use the actual downtime that they give you to, like, do your, like, character interactions.
Right.
Instead of, like, also trying to cram those in between combat. Like, if they did, like, this is the next major combat update, but you can still use all the rest of that time in real time to, like, up your, like, character interactions, I think that'd be fun.
Right. And, like, I think it would rip into, like, what has currently been, like, the strategy for, like, the golden runs. Because, like, for example, I played Persona 5. I haven't played Royal, but I played Persona 5, and I played it exactly once. And the reason I did that is because I knew that for me to get the full Persona experience, I would need to make friends with everybody and do all sorts of these tiny systems that I wasn't even aware of before the game started. So I opened a guide, and I did whatever the guide told me on every single day. And I talked to the kids, and I had a lot of fun, but, like, that was basically the only way I could get everything done, and I only barely got everything done. Like, the last day, I did one more thing. It's like, okay, that's the last social link. And I played all the video games, and I read all the books, and I did all these other things, and now my stats are maxed out, and oh my god, this was so exhausting. But, like, you know.
God, that sounds like a slug.
Yeah, and so
Slog.
If, like, Persona was, like, a thing that, like, was engineered in a way where you could kind of coast through the game, and, like, you just had to deal with this thing right now with the promise that if you just played along at the end of it, you'd have all your stuff, that would be cool. I think I'd like that very much. But Deck 9 isn't going to do that. They're not going to release Persona 6 or Life is Strange episodically. Instead, they're going to keep the 5 chapter model, and they're going to keep like the same, like, game. It's still going to be Life is Strange, but they're just going to be releasing them all at once from now on. Some people are going to be really excited about that, and I get it, because I know, Tegan, you've mentioned before that sometimes you just kind of wait for the whole thing to come out before you actually play it. Mm-hmm. And, like, I'm sure those people will be happy, but I think it's a minor bummer, because I thought that this was a very good model, and I was waiting for more people to emulate it, and I'm not sure if that's going to happen.
Do you think it's that the main, what, like, how do I English this? Do you think that part of the reason that they've decided to no longer emulate it might be because maybe people fall off more easily?
I think it's a possibility.
Or that, like, isn't getting the buzz that they want it to get?
I mean, yeah, but, like, I don't know. I've never been a fan of chasing buzz. I do know that in the interview in which this information was surfaced, that it makes a couple things easier on the writing team on the production side. Mm-hmm. Because instead of, like, having to cut off at a certain point, like, because it's not like they write to an end and then they hit a logical end and then they ship that chapter. It's more that we can only talk about these things up until this point, and we're setting up other things in the future. So what things can we fit in? What scenes can we use here? Rather than, like, treating the writing process as something a bit more holistic, where, like, they're playing the entire game, and if they need to change something in Chapter 2 to make sense in Chapter 4, they can do that, as opposed with this, where they can't.
Mm-hmm. I see, okay.
But, I get that they have reasons, and, like, their reasons may even be good, and at the very least, I understand them. But I did like them, taking a swing on, like, this idea and, like, running with it for as long as they did. Life is Strange specifically, not necessarily Deck 9. I know they did release True Colors episodically. Oh wait, no they didn't. True Colors just came out all at once, right?
Yeah, True Colors just came out all at once.
Yeah, fuck me. Yeah, so Deck 9, no, it was before the Storm that was released episodically.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Deck 9 did use the episodic format. But they kind of just inherited it, it wasn't like their choice. Like, it was more like, hey, we need you to keep making these. They do them like this. And it's like, okay, well, I guess we'll do it like they did. And that makes sense. And they decided this isn't the thing for them, which is reasonable, valid. I totally get it. But I did like the episodic nature. And I hope that something comes in to fill that gap for people that want it. You know, people like me. But, you know, we'll see.
What's the next franchise that you would want to see try to emulate this format?
Ooh, I have 3 choices at the top of my head right now.
Nice.
So
Excellent.
I'm not going to use Persona. I'm going to leave Persona alone. You know, they can do their thing. But I would like the next World Ends With You to be episodic. I think that would be cool. Especially since it kind of already works episodically. Like, they usually do a story of a course of 7 days of 3 weeks. And so, like, if they just release, like, a week of, like, whatever new death game that they have, that could be cool. I think it would be very cool if Danganronpa did an episodic release.
Ooh, Danganronpa would be very good as an episodic game.
And I would like the next Octopath project to be released episodically. And not in a gacha format. Like, I just want it to be the game and just like, oh, here's this character. And, like, you get, like, 9 chapters. Or something like that. You know, you get 9 stories over the course of, like, a year or whatever. And at the end of the year or whatever, they release the huge conclusion where everything comes together. And that's like a 15, 20-hour experience and we're done. That could be sick.
The final chapter where everything happens all of the time.
Yeah.
Oh my god. That would be wild. I think that'd be good, though.
Right. And, you know, once the HD 2D, the default team, proves that it's possible, then, like, we get, like, a Dragon Quest game that's released episodically. And, like, with, like, a manga that shows up in between, which would also be sick. But, you know, whatever. My dreams will not always be dreams, hopefully.
I don't think they'll always be dreams. That one might be.
Yeah,
but
right?
I don't think all of them will be.
Yeah. The Dragon Quest one is a huge stretch. I don't know if they'll take that bet. But, like, I could see the default team doing it. I could see the World Ends With You doing it. And, like, especially if they agree to that contract. Because I know it's not super popular, but they do have a cult following. And, like, if the cult following consistently shows up with a couple stragglers every time, that'll work. Like...
Yeah, that might be enough.
But, yeah.
Sometimes enough is all you need.
Sometimes enough is all you need. Alright, Teagues, what's our next story?
Next story is a double story, which is fun. Part one is the most exciting part. Overwatch said we're not going to do any more loot boxes.
Ooh, okay.
Until Overwatch 2.
Oh, there it is.
TM, very small, tiny font. So at the end of the current in-game anniversary event that's going on in Overwatch right now, players aren't going to be able to spend real money anymore for in-game items. They're just cutting that out entirely. They'll continue to earn loot boxes after the anniversary by, like, leveling up or logging in for the first time during a seasonal event, but they just won't be able to buy them.
Okay.
When Overwatch 2 comes out, which is in October, they're not going to allow players to transfer any unopened loot boxes from Overwatch 1 into Overwatch 2. If you have unopened loot boxes, those will just open before the sequel's release. So that way your loot boxes won't be re-rolled to be stuff that you would get in Overwatch 2. So it's use it or use it. It's not even use it or lose it.
Yeah.
It's use it or we use it for you.
If you're not going to open them, God's going to open them for you.
Right, exactly. Overwatch 2, we already know, is going to feature a new hero every season, new maps, new cosmetics, a battle pass, like all the stuff that's currently in Overwatch. And we do know that they will be able to buy some items directly from the in-game store. We don't yet know. Blizzard hasn't released, like, the price range on those things. But they did do a survey recently about what players would be willing to spend for certain items.
Okay, hold on. I want to talk about this survey because
yeah,
I remember
tell me about the survey.
There's something similar. Like, this is not about this particular survey, but what I remember is when Nintendo was, like, gauging interest for, like, the WarioWare game, and, like, they were asking, like, how much would people be willing to pay. And I said, like, let's just all say $40. But, like, Cartwright said that he'd say he pays $60. And I'm like, why? And it's because, you know, I would pay $60 because I want the new Wario game. But the thing is, if we all say we're going to pay $40, they're going to put it up for $40. We're going to take it. Like,
yeah, they're gonna put it up more at a more accessible price point for more people.
Yeah. And so, like, people need to, they need to work collectively on these things. Like, there needs to be, like, an unspoken rule. If they tell us how much are we willing to pay for it, like, put, like, a reasonable number. Like, I understand if you put, like, the lowest number, like, they might just be like, maybe it's not worth releasing. And, like, they won't do it. And, like,
but, like, $20 to $40. $40 for a full release game seems okay, especially for, like, a WarioWare where it's a bunch of mini games, essentially. Right. You know? That seems fair. But, like, I'd pay, like, for a skin, I'd be willing to pay, like, $2.99 max for a skin. Like, that feels fine.
Yeah.
You know? I'll pay $5 for a fancy skin. Fucking League of Legends charging me $15.99 for a goddamn skin. Fuck off.
Oh, gee.
Mad about it. I have bought skins. I'm mad about it, though.
Oh, my God. No, like, there's definitely $30 skins on, like, League of Legends. And definitely when Valorant came out, they had, like, triple-digit dollar skin tags there. That was some shit. There was, like, a $200 skin, I think, at some point in Valorant.
Mm-hmm. God, absolute nightmare.
Okay, but you said...
Well, yeah, so... Huh?
No, go ahead.
No, it's okay.
I was going to say this was a two-parter.
Yeah, this is a two-parter, exactly. The other part of this is, like, remember right around when we were talking about, like, the big loot box thing, Belgium decided, like, actually, you can't sell loot boxes in our country?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck off, miss me with that sort of thing?
Yeah, I remember that.
It turns out, a researcher has done a study, and that law may have been super ineffective.
Oof.
Wow. The researcher's name is Leon Schau, and they have made an argument that Belgium's loot boxes, the law against the loot boxes, hasn't really done anything in the last 4 years. They said they found that many companies have either ignored the ban completely, or that measures to comply with the law were easily circumvented. Like, they were just able to find workarounds like it was no problem. The study has also noted that among the 100 highest grossing games for iPhone during May of 2021, 82% of those had loot box features that should have been limited or banned by the law. Whoops.
That's disappointing.
The report basically, like, ended saying that, like, this policy has given consumers and parents, in particular, but also policy measures, like, a false sense of security as to, like, the effectiveness of this, and that the law itself should be reconsidered because it isn't working as it's intended to.
I mean, that makes sense.
So he doesn't say the law needs to be, like, scrapped. He's just like, this isn't working, we need to fix it.
Right. And...
for a better world with no loot boxes.
I feel like, man, so, like, laws are pretty cool, honestly. I mean, they're fun to break, definitely. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, yeah.
But, like, the idea that, like, a law, like, written word that, like, influences action and, like, has, secondary effects and whatnot, those things are neat. It's basically magic. But, like, without enforcement, like, they're just words on a page. And I think that's what Zhao seems to be talking about. Mm-hmm. And so, like, I don't know. I assumed, maybe much like your average Belgian parent, that when this law was made, there were going to be provisions for, like, strict enforcement and keeping track of it. But it turns out that, like, if they just got to check in with one guy in an office and sign a form and then no one's going to ever check the app, then yeah, people are going to get away with this shit. And that sucks. I feel like we should, maybe not we, because I'm not Belgian, but, like, I think it's important to pair, like, law with enforcement. To be clear, I don't mean that I or Impossible Coin are friends of law enforcement, but not
until I take over the ESRB. And then we are, but only for video games.
But only for video games. Oh, yeah. But, yeah, this is also a minor bummer. That, like, the loot box law, because I remember being really excited. It's like, oh, Belgium said no loot boxes in the whole country. Get the fuck out. And it turns out they just kind of snuck back in, like that one guy who keeps sneaking into Moe's bar in The Simpsons.
Yeah, exactly. They just went, no loot boxes. Haha, we fixed the economy. And then turned around and everything caught on fire.
Yeah. Oh, man.
I don't know how to fix it. I have no advice for Belgium. Sorry.
Well,
but I feel like you should be able to avoid loot boxes in your country if that's what the law says.
I feel like,
you know.
So like, here's the thing. It's one of those things. They just need a person, right? Whose entire job, and like it has to be more than an intern because interns can be bribed. They need to have like a reasonable salary, and they need to actually care about this shit. To like basically go through the app submissions and then like look at this like, hey, is this going to ask me for money in exchange for randomized content? If the answer is yes, then this needs to get off of the store in Belgium. And like, that's it. And honestly, I don't know how many games are being released in Belgium, but if the top 100, like even if you paid one guy to keep track of the top 100 games in Belgium, that's enough to stop a lot of this shit.
I mean, you absolutely know that one of those games is Genshin.
Yeah.
Like, there's not a fucking doubt in my mind that Genshin Impact is in one of that top 100 games category.
That's also really nuts. Like, I wonder what Genshin would be like without loot boxes.
Well, Genshin's got like because they're a Chinese company, they have really strict like rules on how they have to explain your chances of getting a character.
That's true.
And they do, like, that information is available on every single platform. Mm-hmm. So, I think the way that they'd get around it is, like, you have the loot box system, but also, if you would prefer to just outright buy a character, they allow you to do that.
They just put other stuff into, like, that store.
Yeah, and then but that's just making it a pay-to-win game.
Yeah.
At that point.
I suppose it's true, but I mean, there's no PvP, so like, I guess it's fine.
Yeah, it's all PvE.
The distinction for people who may not know, if you're playing in a game where player versus environment, and you can pay money to move through the game faster, it's not great, but it's definitely less detrimental than like player versus player, where you pay for an advantage because you're not affecting other players by throwing your money at the game. And so, like, it's not good. I do want to say that, but it definitely leads to less of a contagion. It affects less people. Mm-hmm. And so, like, given that dichotomy, player versus environment, pay-to-win games are, I guess, preferred.
But also, like, all you're doing at that point is paying to breeze through the content.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, you're paying money.
And, like, they could always set the prices for, like, the actual, like, just outright purchasing the characters at, like, an astronomical price. Mm-hmm. Also, to encourage you to use the loot box system.
Right. Yeah.
But also, like, if I wanted to just have the one good sword for my one character, I could do that, and that would be... I don't think I would spend the money on it, but I might, you know?
Yeah, I get that.
I'd be more tempted to.
Yeah.
Loot boxes, man, they're still a problem.
They're still a problem.
Gambling in my brain.
Definitely sneaking around. You know what's becoming less of a problem? Netflix's entry into video games.
How is it becoming less of a problem?
So here's the fun thing, right? We talked about it at the beginning of this year that Netflix announced that they are getting into video games. And to be honest, at the time, it was because Netflix needed to do something. They were losing subscribers. They were getting mad as shit. They needed to raise the price of the subscription service, apparently. And also, they were trying to crack down on the terrible password sharing epidemic that was going on. They had some problems.
Fuck off.
And they needed to talk to the shareholders to how are they going to increase value and increase their pocketbooks, their portfolios and shit. And so they said, we're going to get into video games. And to be honest, it's not the first time anyone's done this. There are definitely companies that have seen success in other medium that said we're going to get into video games as a diversification move, as a way to make their portfolio look better. And so I wanted to call this bluff. I decided, I don't really want Netflix to get into video games because I don't think they care about video games. I think they're just going to fuck some shit up in the way that people used to. Like, Superman 64 is just still one of, like, a huge missed opportunity that haunts me to this day. But Netflix, they've been acquiring some games to shore up on the subscription service. Like Moonlighter is a video game that we talked about very highly on this show that's just available to anyone that has Netflix. Same thing with, what is it called? It's the tactics game. You play giant robots, there's bugs.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Fuck. I'll remember the name of it later, but I talked about it a few weeks ago, so, like, you can check that episode as well. But the point is that Netflix, in addition to making their own, like, branded games, like they made Stranger Things 1984, and they made this other game for some ninja woman movie that they were trying to promote, and they're going to try to remake chess for some reason for the Queen's Gambit. They've also been courting some very successful, very good indie games to show up on their service. But their problem is that nobody is playing them. The headline here is that about 1% of all Netflix subscribers play its video games. To be clear, the number of Netflix subscribers around the world are similar to about 2/3 about the United States, about 200 million subscribers, but allegedly only about 2 million people have even downloaded a Netflix game on the Netflix app. You do need to do so on a phone. You do need to download it separately. It's not like you can just do it on your TV like you could with Bandersnatch. But this has Netflix a little worried because they thought they'd be doing a little better by now. In a letter to shareholders, they did note that their biggest competitors are Epic Games and TikTok, and it's because, don't get confused, TikTok does not make movies and neither does Epic Games, but what they do share is an interest in monopolizing your attention. And so, since Netflix is in the attention business, these are their named adversaries, and their decision to challenge them was to add video games to what they have going on. However, Netflix's chief operating officer, Greg Peters, did say that the company was many months and really, frankly, years, end quote, into learning how games can keep customers on the service. He goes on to say, we're going to be experimental and try a bunch of things. But I would say the eyes that we have on the long-term prize really center around our ability to create properties that are connected to the universes, the characters, and the stories that we're building. So, like, they want you to...
They want movie tie-in games.
Yeah, they want movie
tie-in games almost exclusively. They want a Stranger Things game. They want a Queen's Gambit game. They want, like, that kind of stuff.
Right. They want you to, like, watch the Queen's Gambit or whatever, and then when you're thinking about the Queen's Gambit, but you just don't have enough energy for the rewatch, you can just open the Netflix app on your phone and then play pretend chess and look at Anya Taylor-Joy again on your phone. That's what they want you to do. And then once you've built up the craving, then you can turn on the Netflix thing, and suddenly Netflix has all of your attention.
I mean, also you don't leave the Netflix app necessarily to do your distraction from the thing that you want to do.
Sorta, yeah. Like, I don't think they have, like, TV functionality yet. Like, I figure once they do, that's gonna be a big deal. But,
yeah, I think that's probably, I shouldn't say this on the podcast, but I'm going to. I think that's the thing that's holding them back.
Yeah. We also have another pull quote from Leanne Lumbe, who is, or is it Leanne Loom, probably, who's Netflix's head of external games. So they're probably responsible for stuff like Moonlighter. They said at a panel during the Tribeca Film Festival that we're still intentionally keeping things a little bit quiet because we're still learning and experimenting and trying to figure out what things are going to actually resonate with our members, what games people want to play. So I don't think they're out yet, but they hit a snag because I would be surprised if I asked 100 people if they knew that you could play video games because of your Netflix subscription, that they would say yes, that they've known or they've even played with them. This is not a suggestion that you should, honestly. Honestly, I hope that this goes badly for them, but it looks like it is. And for that, I am grateful.
I don't want them in video games. I don't like the phrase business of attention.
Right.
Like, that sounds gross and bad.
I agree. Yeah, that makes sense.
I don't know how to fix that, though.
I think they're going to try, right? And so, like, and I don't think you can stop them from trying. And honestly, I don't think I would want to stop them from trying. Because if they end up being a positive force in video games, I think that could be a good thing. And I'm willing to be wrong about that. But if they are exactly what I think they are, the best thing that I can hope for is that they fail spectacularly. That they spend an incredible amount of money paying people that don't know what they're doing to fail. Then afterwards, they're out that money. They've learned that this is a very expensive mistake, and they don't try it again.
Okay.
At least that's my
You know what?
position.
I'm down with that path, also.
Yeah.
That sounds good. Get out of here.
Yeah. Fucking Netflix. Speaking of getting out of here, this has been our show. Hey, everybody.
We did
It's
it!
called Impossible Coin. Brian will be here next time, probably. I want to believe. And we like to shout out to everyone that supports us, both by just listening to the show, but also by supporting us on our Patreon. I don't think this is a Patreon shout out week, but we will or is this a Patreon shout out week? Deeks?
This episode is a Patreon shout out week. Yes, it is.
Fuck. Okay. Because
Next week is not. This one is.
yeah, I don't have that list. I'm in danger. We're gonna have to figure that out because
Is the list not the same?
I don't know if it's the same. That's the thing.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah.
We'll have to have Brian get us the list, and then you can just cut it later.
Right. So we'll do that, and this won't be here. So again, thank you for listening to our show. This is Impossible Coin. You can find it wherever podcasts are found: iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, Spotify, but not SoundCloud. I'm so used to saying SoundCloud; it's so weird. But yeah, we don't mess with SoundCloud anymore. But what we do like about SoundCloud is that our kid brother, Big Sach, has posted up there. He's the guy that made the music at the beginning and end of this podcast. And you can find him at SoundCloud at soundcloud.com/BigSachNJ. And if you want to talk to him, you can find him on Twitter at Hillary_Swank. And we also have a logo. Our logo was designed by Laura Moran. She continues to do incredible shit. Check out her Patreon. And you can find her on Twitter at Laura Moran. We are also on Twitch. We stream throughout the week. If you follow us at twitch.tv/impossiblecoin, you'll get notifications when we go live. I'm usually on Wednesdays. This Wednesday, I think I'm going to play a bit more Demon Trigger, and I'm going to play the Thirsty Suitors demo so people can see that. And then in September, we're going to be playing a lot of Splatoon.
So much Splatoon.
I'm going to be playing through Temtem, I think, on Wednesdays. I think that's what I'm going to do. I got to finish Koromon, like, these next couple of weeks, so I can, like, go into this next Pokemon, like clean and, like, you know, like, clear-headed.
Yeah, and hopefully I'll be back around October. Hopefully.
For sure.
We'll see. And then I'll probably do a big explanation, a big 2-line explanation of exactly why I've been gone. But, yeah.
For sure.
Otherwise, I'm definitely lurking when Rocky's on, so.
That's true.
You can still chat with me on Twitch. And I'll be in for Splatoon regardless.
And if you want to talk to us directly, you can find us on social media. I'm on Facebook and Instagram. Brian's on Twitter. And Tegan's on Tumblr. It's all Impossible Coin. No dashes, underscores, or anything weird like that. But
we do also have a Discord.
We do have a Discord. Yeah, and actually, I think that's in our link tree. It's definitely on the Twitch and on the Twitter. If it needs to be other places, we'll make sure it's in other places. I think it's on the Facebook, actually, if I remember correctly as well. So yeah, if you want to hang out on Discord with us, you know, talk with us, check in with our news updates, check our video game going on, or get notifications when we're going live on Twitch. We're all there. Yeah. But that's us. That's the show. Right, so we don't get stuck here. I'm just going to say this. Peace.
Okay. Bye.
Later.